All right. Hello, and everybody. Welcome to session 7 of the Raven's Nest. How's everyone's week? I know we were talking about it a little bit earlier, but anyone like to share with the class?
We weren't here last week, so yeah, I started going to the gym last week, um, trying to not be a fat ass. Yeah,
That's
but
good.
Hey,
I went 3 times last week too for my first week. So
Hey, I biked 3 times this week, so we're on the road of not being fat asses anymore. Look at that.
I'm
yeah.
eating 3 times a day.
That's normal.
I jogged to the kitchen to get my Dr. Pepper, and I jogged back.
Hey. Oh man.
That's pretty good, Rixian.
Look at
Thanks,
that.
man.
We're all fitness freaks.
Yeah. Fitting that taco in my mouth.
All
Fitting
right.
3D&D games a week into my schedule.
I'm gonna do some pre-rolls real quick because I've been rolling like trash all week, including in video games. So
Okay, well, Wheaton.
Well, since we had the last week off, I'll get into our narrative and try to get as much tackled as we can tonight. What do you guys say?
Let's do it.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
So last we left off, the party was continuing their conversation with Mogan Storm Warrior Vuma, aka the Silver Dragon, on April 12th, the year 1101. Pandora had a request for Mogan to gain a scythe, to which Mogan agrees, but only on a trial basis. Mogan does warn Pandora of its power and her needing time to bond with it. However, the sun is setting, and as the light begins to retreat towards the mouth of the cave, the party stays in the cave with Mogan for the night, but before getting the chance to shut their eyes, a sound is heard outside of the cave, and as Kroot grabs his hammer making his way outside, he sees Sir Fluffy Butt and Mutton protecting the horses from the 5 trolls that arrive to the camp. The situation is quickly diffused, however, as Mogan commands the trolls to pay no mind to their guest, and each of you get the rest for the night and can close your eyes. The next morning, as the sunlight begins to creep into the cave, you all awake on April 13th. The party goes over their plan once more with Mogan, and after discussing a few ideas are changed from the plan, and six of the trolls are recruited to help slay the rocks. But with Rixian being the only one to be able to communicate with them, he is unofficially made the squad leader of the trolls. Once heading out with a plan in mind, Rixian and the trolls go around Silverkeep as Kroot, Raven, and Pandora head into the town to buy cattle and other various supplies to support their plan. After being split up for just over a day, each of you meet back up while still heading towards the plan's launching point. On April 14th, the sun begins to make its way down from the peak of the day. 3 rocks are then spotted flying from the eastern point of the Silver Peak Mountains, 1 heading towards the sea, and 2 making their way towards the cattle that you have set forth as the trap. One of the 2 begins to dive down towards the cattle, while the other circles above, and then the trap is sprung. As Rixian casts Hold Monster, the rock quickly plummets towards the ground and smashing in with brute force, and the party and the trolls all pounce on the paralyzed rock, smashing it quickly to pieces. The one above caws and circles, seeming to just observe the area below. Eventually, as the third arrives, the second rock begins to make its way down, but very slowly and cautiously. But then, after being tricked into thinking that the rock below still might be alive, it gets close enough for the party to attack quickly, and it meets its end as well. The third rock had followed and barely makes its escape, just taking a few shots as it flies away. As we get back into our game, it's 3:30 in the afternoon, getting towards the evening on April 13th, as 2 rocks lay dead in front of the party, one smashed into a pulp with its feathers scattered about the area. The blood is now starting to leak from the bodies and the cows that have been squashed in the process.
well, shit. I thought we would have that last one.
That's all right.
almost.
We can we can whoop their ass again. I just need to get a whole person or whole monster back, and then we'll just do it again.
Mm-hmm. True. Do we have a week
A week,
to
and then
wait?
and
So
then he
long rest?
turns. Rixian then turns around and notice the other trolls, and then goes, shit.
Yeah, they're going to be a little bit of an issue.
Maybe we don't need it. Maybe we can take them on without Hold Monster. I mean, I think I was the only one who even got picked up.
I mean, isn't there like 3 total up in the mountains or something like that?
I believe there's only 2 left.
Yeah, there's 2 left.
And one of them's
Um,
injured.
Well, by the time we get there, he'll probably be mostly recovered, but
Well, that's
That
why we
said,
need to decide now.
I don't think we can wait a week, unfortunately. But
I agree.
especially with these trolls, I don't think. I think
don't
we're
know.
on a tighter timeline than that.
I'm pretty tapped.
Well, I mean, these trolls really do a lot of work once the rocks are on the ground. We just need to find a way to bring them to the ground.
You think
So,
these
assuming
same
they don't
kind
live in
of
caves.
you think the same kind of ambush will work again? Buy more bait and just wait?
Yeah,
I
Possibly,
don't think
but
it's going to.
I don't know if we'll have the luxury of doing it in an open field. We may end up having to come to their home in the mountains.
If
Right.
we're going to go to their territory, I think we should rest.
Yeah, I mean that does make sense. But
I
good
would
either way.
I would rather have everybody at full power than risking there maybe being more rocks. I mean, we've only seen 4. Who
Mhm.
knows?
did we want to try luring them out here again? I mean, I don't know if it'll work again.
I mean,
That's
Maybe
the
in a
thing,
different
it's-
area.
It's too uncertain for that.
Could I make a
Ravens?
nature check to see if I know how intelligent a rock would be? Like, are they kind of smart, really smart, dumb? Like, is that something I could do?
Give me just go ahead and give me a flat intelligence check.
All right.
Smartness kind of relative, though.
Yeah, because the ravens are wickedly smart creatures. So
Neat. So I don't think I know shit about them.
Waiting to spring a trap again is too uncertain. We either initiate the attack now or initiate it a week from now.
Well, I think as we discussed last time, if we initiate now, it would be the same as having a short rest because by the time we get there, it will be a day.
Well, can either of you do hold monster again?
No,
No.
Well,
not for
that
a week.
I think I think that's a spell we have to rely on in this case.
Yeah, but I also was able to recover the lightning bolt I used. So everything else all the other cool shit that I do are still full.
I've expended both of my fireballs.
Well, here's the
Um,
thing: is that if you cast hold monster on them and
or
ground them,
lightning bolts, rather.
I can slash the shit out of them with the scythe, and it makes incredible wounds, especially with hold monster applied. So
Can we make some kind of check to know if we have the time to wait a week? Is that feasible?
Isn't that what your intelligence check was for?
No, it was to
know
see
if
how.
they're like smart enough.
No. It was to see if the rocks are smart enough to not come back here.
Are we smart enough?
Would we think that this would work again? Meaning getting
Yeah.
more cattle and coming back out here? Would the rocks come back out here, or would they be smart enough to not come back for more pain?
Okay, just double checking.
That was my first check. I
Yeah,
haven't-
you check
yeah.
and see if they fall for the same trap twice.
Right? Would they fall for it again, or are they dumb, or are they too smart to fall for that again?
That was for your first one, correct?
Right. That's the only check I made.
And then you were at what was the second one? Sorry,
The
just so I'm
second one
confused.
was just asking, do we know if we... I mean, this is kind of more along the lines of our main quest, with the, the demon and everything.
we have no idea.
Yellowstar. Do we have time to just be taking another long rest?
You were already told that he was actually heading towards Bluxmouth and expected to be there May 1st.
Right, and sorry, I can't remember what time is it
Today's
now?
the
What day?
13th.
So I mean, even if we headed straight there, I don't think we were gonna beat him there. It was like at
No.
least 3 weeks away. Like,
He can teleport everywhere. We're not going to
right, we wouldn't have. I mean, if we even wanted to meet him there and fight him, or I don't even know what we were going to do if we showed up there, if we would fight him or what. But outside of that, I don't think we could have even made it in time anyways. So
Either way, unless we have the far chance of suddenly taming a bunch of rocks and then flying there,
Mhm.
we're not going to make it in time.
but he's trying to resurrect that, warmonger dude, the Prince Chula or whatever. And that might be terrible, but I think it's just going to happen. Honestly, if he has the ability to do it, I think it's just going to happen at this point. Right.
I don't think we have enough time to play with, because assuming that we take, I'm pretty sure we found out last session that it takes 2 days to travel through the middle of the mountains, right?
It was like a little over a day or so. I don't
And
remember.
You
That
guys
was
are
how-
all you guys are all discussing this under the assumption that we're even powerful enough to try and take him on.
Yeah. Well, this is a question for Kyle. Let's let Kyle answer.
But for the mountains question, it took only about 2 days to get towards where you are now from where you were speaking with Mogan. But there was a more definitive path. We were guesstimating how long it would take from
Yeah.
not being up in those mountains to the east.
Okay.
But my point is, if we take a long rest and then potentially another 2 days to get into the mountains, and then we'll fight them and then have to take another long rest, that's a lot of days eaten up just to ensure that we can hold down a bird.
And then probably needing the long rest again after that fight.
That's what I said, yeah.
Yeah. So
And
it'd be
we're cutting
two
it
long rests.
pretty close
Yeah.
at that point.
I mean, I don't know how much time we have to the main quest. I mean, at this point,
Today's the
What-
14th.
whatever he's doing in the
Kyle, how far
in
away
that
is
video, I
Bluxmouth?
think that's- It was like north.
Well,
wasn't it?
let-
It's like way up there.
Flip
wasn't it?
back over to this map for you.
Yeah,
And
we haven't even been to Wales yet, so
You
that's
guys-
like way up there. Like,
If you guys think we're going to get there in time to stop anything, you're out of your mind.
it took us like 3 weeks to get from Ravenshaw to Red Hawk, let alone that's even further.
Yeah,
The
we're not stopping.
And we're
that.
further than Ravenshaw too. We're like 6 weeks travel, I'm assuming.
Well, Rixian can teleport us to Ravenshaw, but that doesn't matter. We're not getting into Bluxmouth in time. Not when he's that powerful and he can teleport everywhere.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that or the only other option would be going to Luton to get teleported again, and that's, that
real
costs
quick,
money.
I have a question for Kroot because Kroot had tried to talk a couple times, then kind of got talked over.
Sorry.
So what were you going to ask, Kroot?
I don't even remember anymore.
Sorry.
It's all right.
So there's no hope in making it to Bluxmouth, is what you're saying.
Hell no.
So at this point, that's kind of like that's just going to be a parallel quest happening at the same time that we can't really affect. So
Plus, once again, I'll repeat this. You're assuming that we're powerful enough to even try to take him on.
exactly, like what would we even do if we got there?
Yeah, because
Fight him?
that cloud kill did what, like 66 per round and just got bigger and bigger? Yeah,
Right.
no.
To everybody. So yeah.
Yeah, no.
That said, are we? That means we're all under the assumption we're just letting this happen, then, right? Just
Yeah,
making sure
we
everybody's
need-
on the same page.
We need to rest and we need to get more powerful and we need to be careful about the way we do it, not die.
So this is really just information for us what he's doing at this point. It's not really
Correct.
relevant to anything we can do. It's just keeping us aware of what he's doing, which is still valuable information.
I almost wish you never told us, to be honest.
I would rather not be surprised by something that dangerous if he's a warlord of some kind that's going to resurrect an army that's or
Okay.
something like that.
Well, I'm all for resting up. Again, we'll have to figure out
Excuse me.
what these trolls are gonna do. I don't know if I can
Yeah.
convince them to camp for a week.
We can discuss this further at the tavern over some ale.
What
Well,
are we doing with the trolls?
Yeah, the trolls first, though, is what we're saying. We're making the decision here.
The problem is we're kind of stuck with the trolls for the next week until.
How long can we keep them?
Well,
That's a good question.
we could send them away now and have them take as much as the rock as possible, and then they'll have a party back at home. Or we convince them to stay outside the town for a week, and then they can come join us to hold Monster the Thing. But that won't. It's not guaranteed.
If we send them back home, there's no guarantee we'll have as many come back.
We're not getting them back if we send them home.
Right. Well,
Sounds like you have to do some talking to them.
All right. Well, I say in Giant, we kill more rocks in mountains. Need to wait a week though.
Wait here for a week would probably be preferable. The farther away they are from
Wait.
town, the less nervous any people will get.
Make camp, hunt for food, then we fight rocks in 1 week.
Ooh, there. So he gestures and points with like his lanky finger over towards one of the pummeled rocks. Eat rock.
what?
Oh yeah, they have a fucking feast here. What was I thinking?
What?
They have 2 giant birds to eat.
And some cows.
They're literally gonna have a fucking feast and a celebration right here. What?
So, wait, weren't we gonna harvest some things from them first, or did
Yeah, we
already
can
do
harvest
that?
some things from them and then let them eat it.
Yeah, they're not gonna
I-
eat the talons and shit.
I'm pretty sure we already did, but
Okay.
yeah, I just said hunting because I assumed that would give them something to do. But
Is that gonna last a
uh,
week for 6 trolls?
so they said they could eat this rock and stay here for a week.
Did they say that this food will be enough for a week?
I mean, these things are massive.
I'll
think they'll
give
be
them
fine.
something to do if they,
I mean,
if they
they're
somehow
not-
tear through this bird.
I was
I'll
gonna
give
say
them something to do.
they're not much bigger than the trolls themselves, so
But God, for a whole week I have to watch this fucking clown posse.
can we make sure we notate what we got from the birds before they start tearing them apart?
Yeah, if there's specific things that you guys would like to take, just indicate that. I believe that you have plenty of time. Definitely
Yeah.
enough daylight to go about it in a careful manner as well. I don't think that there would be a check needed for that.
I believe me and Pandora each took a water skin worth of rock blood.
Yes, I do believe so.
I think we plucked some feathers as well.
Yes, and then I was going to harvest some talons and or beak.
Oh, I did do that. Weird. Why?
Yeah,
I would assume the
magical.
magic stuff from what you've read in the book. Infusing it like within items to help make them more powerful.
Ingredients for magic
Oh, okay.
items. Or something. Yeah.
In
That's
that
what I
case-
imagined it for. I don't know. Maybe you didn't. Maybe
I
you're gonna
mean-
drink it. Weirdo.
In that
Didn't-
case, yeah, I'm gonna drink it. That's totally what I'm gonna do. No.
Yeah. Didn't we?
In that
find
case,
out-
I'm gonna take a couple rock eyes and some talons.
Yeah. Didn't we find out the more powerful the beast, the more powerful the ingredients or something? I mean, more
We're
powerful
playing
the magic
Monster
item?
Hunter.
yeah,
We're playing
kind of.
Monster Hunter.
Basically.
Oh, some rock feathers. I'm gonna take some smaller ones that can reliably fit inside a backpack.
Yeah. I'll take.
I'll take a few massive ones and
Well-
just tie them to the outside.
I mean, yeah, you can take the strands of a single feather for ingredients. You don't have to put an entire feather in whatever you're doing. So.
Nope, I'm taking the entire feather.
Well, I meant like in your potion or whatever you make. You know,
I'm
you
doing
don't
it
have
anyway.
to use. Yeah.
So in total, you can have 4 rock talons, and then 2 rock beaks. Just from obviously the 2 right here that are dead.
Right. Oh, so okay, total. So right. I mean, do we get the entire beak? I would imagine it's huge.
Well, I mean, like I said, you guys have enough time through the rest of the day if you were planning on setting camp here for the evening and feasting upon the rock flesh.
Oh, I
Cooked, I
guess we
hope.
could. I guess we could stay here and babysit the trolls and party with them.
I thought that was what we were doing.
I thought we were going back to town, but this is kind of a good idea too, honestly.
I was the one that suggested that I stay with the camp while everyone else goes into town because I don't want to put them through their misery.
Oh, why would we do that? We have tents and all this kind of stuff, and if we want ale for Kroot over there, I can just run back on Fluffy Butt and grab some drinks for us and shit.
Unfortunately, Fluffy Butt and the others are in town.
No, I know. I'd have to walk my happy ass back. I
Yep,
know.
and then you could ride her back.
Yep.
Or him. Sorry, sir. Duh.
I'm just imagining life back home, and it's 100 times more pleasurable than being right here.
What do you
So-
think? The trolls might be kind of fun. Who knows?
That was actually a good point. I think we said we paid for a week for our mounts in town. Should probably bring them all back with us and then take them back to town when we go back to the mountains,
I
so that
with
they
the-
don't sell our mounts. I'd rather not have my
I mean-
mounts sold.
I mean, yeah. So I'm walking back no matter what to go get Fluffy, and then I will come back here and help Rixian babysit trolls.
I guess I could
Yep.
follow you back and bring back any ale or whatever you need, and then
I'm going to town too.
yeah. Well, my concern is if we want to harvest the birds first, don't we? Because these ogres might get a little impatient, waiting for us to get back.
Well, I definitely don't want to eat rocks, so I'll send you some gold to get me some leftover bacon and eggs from town because I don't want to.
Why wouldn't you eat the rocks? It's free.
Because I don't want to have rocks 7 times a day or a week.
I don't know about you, but I could eat chicken 7 times a day. And
Well, I
that's
don't know what
basically a
rocks
giant chicken.
taste like.
You have chosen the wrong type of life to be a picky eater.
Well, you know what? I have. You're right. Because
God.
I'm just a rich kid who's too privileged to eat anything else.
Okay,
other
I'm
than the
leaving.
food from my
Bye.
own town.
Can I make sure
Yeah.
our rocks aren't
See ya.
poisonous to eat?
Take my gold Pandora, and I toss like 10 gold at her.
I do not catch it. I just walk away.
Fuck, I have to eat rock. God.
Can I actually tell Pandora
Gold
to
just like
bring
gets
my horse back?
thrown. Rixian in is like you kind of throw it, you just hear it kind of like plop 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 plop, and it's just all drenched in the rock
That's-
blood.
Pandora, would you mind actually bringing my horse back so that I can stay and harvest the pieces we need from the rocks?
Yeah, sure.
Just walk it back with you. You don't have to. I'm sure it'll follow.
That's fine. Kroot, you're coming with, yes?
Yes.
Alright.
Yeah, I can help getting all the animals back.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the horses would feel much better following your ram. And
Oh
following
yes, sir.
Fluffy, so.
That makes more sense. Yes. If you don't mind, Kroot, bringing my horse back.
No.
At least bring back some apples for Luna.
Yes. Same for Nugget. Nugget likes his apples.
Alright, let's go.
I'll give
Kroot.
you 5 gold for I guess 10 gold for supplies, food and stuff.
I retrieve my own gold and I just sit back at camp, pouty.
Pandora obviously ignores him.
We're walking.
Yeah,
We're
so
walking.
it will take you and crew Pandora and Kroot. It's going to take you roughly a day and a half to get there to Silver Keep.
On
So-
foot.
Yes, on foot.
Is that gonna mess with our long rest at all?
For needing to travel, I do consider that to be a like strenuous activity.
That's fair. So just an
No.
extra day. I mean, we're not stopping the shit up in the bluff no matter what, so that's fine.
And Raven, for the day, can you give me a nature check? See how long it's gonna
Sure.
take you to get those beaks and talons and everything off. Nice.
Oh, it was a pretty easy task for me to just pluck a couple rock eyes.
I was gonna include that with what Raven was getting for everything together.
Oh, okay. Ooh, good roll.
Not really. I just have a high bonus. I got a +8 to nature, so.
So you are able to get everything successfully, taking your time through the rest of the day. And like before the sun sets, like you're got like the last little bit of light to like kind of pluck out like the last eye, and as you kind of dig your rapier in behind it, and you kind of just like hear it
Gross.
snapping, and the tendons kind of prying in and cut away from the eyeball itself, and then you just like pry the last one out.
Good God, Kyle. I just ate.
That's why I ate early today.
Does Rixian have a weak stomach?
I'm trying my best to not pay attention to anything around me.
You behead creatures for like a living. I think we're all fine.
And you just see each of the trolls kind of like starting to salivate. Win eat.
Did I get everything I needed?
Yes.
Or-
Yes.
I did.
I have what I have written down is 4 talons, 2 beaks, and 4 rock eyes. You just need to figure out what you're putting them in. And
Let's see. Make sure I write this down too. 4 talons. Oops. Talons.
Like, what would you
2
do exactly?
beaks. And you
Would
said
you
4
like-
rock eyes?
yes.
I already plucked 3 feathers, and that's it.
What would we do? Just like
Yeah, how many
grind these
feathers?
materials into a powder or a
I don't-
liquid or something,
I'm
and then just
Assuming it's.
I don't know. Make it up for flavor.
I would imagine it's just part
Like
of
when you have like the ore kind of like melted like in the middle of like it's like forging process, drop like a peeled little part of like the feather off into it or something.
or like powdered rock beak.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. This is
Limiting
cool.
it
This is
to
dope.
your imagination.
Thanks, DM. Thanks, God.
I
hear
can
the
go twice
imagination
as
song.
high.
Are you gonna rape us? Remember that?
That was a funny skit, but
the imagination song. That was ridiculous.
as stated, it's gonna take you the rest of the day to get that done there, Raven. Getting all those rock,
Yeah.
we'll call them rock supplies.
Yeah. Oh, I was taking feathers too, though. How many can we get in that?
Oh,
10
I
feathers?
feel
I
like
don't know.
it's as many as you'd want.
Yeah.
Alright,
I don't know
let's
what
go
we
to-
use.
I don't know what we'd use them for exactly, but I'm gonna pluck 10 big ass
Cloaks?
feathers.
A
Yeah.
rock cloak. You know how dope that'd be, dude.
hmm
I don't want to stitch every individual feather to a cloak.
Yeah, but these feathers are huge, man.
Yeah, you
Oh,
might
I'm an
only,
elf.
you might need only like 2.
Don't
Yeah.
you know elves wear feather clothing? Have you ever played Divinity? I mean,
I plucked the smallest feathers that I could,
I don't know. I'll pluck 10 big ass feathers.
like near the face or whatever.
Well, when you guys settle on a number, you let me know in total, and I'll
Yeah.
write it down.
3.
Alright. And I'm picking 10 big ass feathers.
I mean, I think as soon as Pandora gets back, she would start like putting feathers into a pile just for shits and giggles.
Mm-hmm.
And I might hire someone to come back with a wagon to pick them up.
Alright.
Maybe get some
Um,
fucking rock feather cloaks made or something like that.
Well, I mean, I'm assuming the ogres aren't gonna eat feathers anyways.
I would hope not. That would be gross.
That would be pretty.
Stop calling my trolls ogres.
Sorry, I keep calling them ogres. I don't know why. Trolls. Sorry.
I'm going to
Um,
moderate them as best I can. Trust me.
Let's move on.
So yeah. I guess you can tell them that. It's ready for them to eat if they want.
All right, trolls, friends. What's the word least.
Nom nom.
Rock time.
But that's we're not going to the mountains. We're eating.
That rock time.
Pretty sure you can just say eat and point at a rock, dude.
You'll see them kind of
And-
like start to grab some of the limbs from trees and just like ripping them off, and then starting to set up
No,
like a
no,
little
no,
bit of a
no.
campfire.
Oh, campfire. Oh shit.
You not know
Um,
how cook?
Come on, Nuya.
Here we
It's
show.
big-
We show.
It's big brain time, Nuya. It's big brain time.
We show you how cook. Come.
Yes. Show me.
And they'll show you like kind of how they build fires, and as they're doing so, they're like, wood. Make fire grow. Yeah. And you just kind of get the
Wood
feeling that
make
they're talking
fire.
down to you.
Yeah.
As they should be in this moment.
And as they're talking, I'm turning around and just have a like, yeah, thumbs up. It's all good here.
Well, if there's anything specifically for you two while they are traveling over to Silverkeep, just let me know. But now we'll swap it back over towards Pandora and Kroot.
I'm murdering Kroot. I'm finally alone with them. I'm just gonna murder him. Just kidding.
You can certainly try.
Be an
No, I
interesting
think
duel.
I don't know. Unless Kroot, you have anything, we can just fast track this a little bit.
No, let's just fast track it.
Yeah, so we just go back to town, grab all the mounts, grab some ale, however much Kroot wants to buy, and
Some
then we
apples.
head back. Yeah, some apples, and that's it.
Okay, so just to like round it all about, grabbing some just like basic supplies and grabbing everything back from the stables, we'll just say 15 gold. Think
Sounds
that-
good to me.
Yeah, you guys are just grabbing like food and then like the mounts and stuff, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's it. I guess I'll spend a couple extra gold for some more meat for Mr. Fluffy. Oh wait, no, I'm nowhere near running out. Never mind, I'm good.
And your stockpile back at camp.
Yeah.
So
Yep, that's it.
if you guys just kind of like turn about on like and make your way back out, it will then take you a total of the 2.5 days when you're riding them back to make your way back to camp, and then everyone can meet back up. What would now be April 15th, towards the end of the day. So as you all are kind of pulling everyone along in your like slight little caravan, riding Sir Fluffy Butt and Mutton kind of back over like the little hills and the plains, the sun's beginning to set, and just with about an hour of daylight left, you can start to smell some of like the rotting bits of like the rock flesh that have been kind of
Oh.
just like dumped off as like the trolls have like kind of cleaned it and just like taken some of the unusable parts and kind of like tossed them out away from the tree lines.
Ah, yes. We virtually come back to just a mess of gore.
I'll turn to Pandora and say, I can smell Rixian from here.
Yeah, I don't think he's very fond of showering or bathing.
Yeah, he's worse than a dwarf.
I smell like a wood elf in rich leather, covered in blood.
Of course, I'm saying this with a big smile on my face.
I guess we party with trolls for a week.
Yeah, I mean, You're just gonna kind of like hang out, set up camp, not do anything like worth a shit, and besides maybe like gathering some water here and there.
I want a
Yeah.
shower.
I think Pandora would definitely get a troll drunk once just to see what that's like.
It would take a lot. But I mean, if you're willing to invest a lot, we can see how that works out.
Oh, if it's gonna cost that much gold, I'll pass.
The the only thing that I rolled on random encounters was like big game. That might pose a slight threat, but I'm pretty sure with like the 6 trolls, anything that might or could possibly have been a predator to you guys is
Not coming
not
anywhere
gonna
near
be-
that
yeah.
shit show. I guess as long as it's considered light work, I think I would spend time turning the rock beaks into dust, so at least they're carryable.
Yeah, do you like have like a mortar and pestle or something to kind of like smash them up a bit? And
I do have a hammer.
I think that'll work.
I think so too.
I've got a hammer.
Everybody's got a hammer. I think we're good.
Just making sure I was pretty positive you didn't want to try to do that with a scythe. That'd be really hard.
No. So I think Pandora one night would just drink the rest of the bottle of whiskey that she has, and then grind up the rock dust and deposit it inside the bottle of whiskey. After it's dried out and everything like that, and she's rinsed it out thoroughly. So it turns from bottle of whiskey to bottle of rock beak dust.
Nice. It's a good idea. Can you make me like a strength check just to see like how long it would take you to go through that? You have the
Guidance.
7 days.
Oh yeah, I'll guidance myself. Why not?
Too bad those don't stack.
Nice.
Ooh, he updated beyond 20, so it just appears normal now. That's awesome.
So as you kind of like take the hammer about and like smash it, you get it done, within like your full day of just hanging out, and some of the trolls kind of seem curious upon like what you're doing, but not wanting to like interrupt or get too involved, knowing there's quite a bit of a language barrier.
I think Pandora would just kind of like talk at them, like explain what she's doing. She knows fully well that they don't understand her, but in the back of her mind, she thinks it's a lot more entertaining than talking to Rixian on most days.
I mean, other than that, the only thing worth noting for while you guys are hanging out with the trolls is a couple of nights the trolls get like a bit restless and will kind of like make their way out into like the forest, but sometimes just returning with like a deer or something that they happen to make their like a grasp and get a hold of. But you do note the 2 rocks that you know to still be in the Silver Peak Mountains to the east. Eventually, after a couple of days, you're getting to take flight once again.
Probably getting hungry now. Oh, we also have. Wait, Rixian, you do know that we. Okay. Rixian, you also know that we do have cow meat just over there. I mean, they're both kind of squishy, but I think you could pull some good stuff off of it.
What, do you want me to weaken at Bernie's the cows to draw them over again?
No,
even
the 2
to
smashed
eat.
cows to eat. If you get sick of rock, there's steak right there.
Oh, you're talking about me. I thought you were suggesting we use the dead flat cows as bait
Yes.
again.
We lure
No.
Rixian over with cow meat.
Yeah. Here, Rixian. It's right
And
over
then we
You know
here.
what?
attack.
I've cooked it
I
perfectly.
think you make a good. I think you make a good point. It looks well tenderized. Maybe I could actually try it out.
That's the only way I tenderize my meat is with rock claws.
You know, now that I think of it, I wish I would have bought some salt and did some salted meats. But oh well.
Just let
That's
the
what
rocks tear them in
rations are.
half. You know?
Yeah, or any of the gourmet meals at my hometown.
Get it? Gore May meals? Ha.
Oh,
Alright,
Vixen, if
I
I hear
want
any
off
more
the
whining
planet.
coming from you, I'm gonna replace you with one of these trolls.
Not whining, just suggestions, you know.
We see this one here, this one's Bob. I have been talking to him while crushing Rock Peak. He seems interested in what I'm doing.
I'm glad you're making
Aren't you,
friends,
Bob?
Pandora.
Bob.
Yeah. Bob.
I can already smell the chemistry.
That's just decaying flesh.
Yeah, it is.
And your armpits.
What? Oh, God, I want to take a shower, man.
Oh, you got plenty of flesh to bathe in.
Welcome
That's
to
not
the
a
road.
That's not a shower. That's a mud bath.
Bloodbath.
You know what I meant.
Kyle, am I able to just like over the week just build a pretty generous pile of rock feathers?
Yeah, I mean, obviously there'd be like a realistic limit to it, but I would think that you would
Just
reach that point well before with just what you can actually carry.
Yeah, just realistically enough for like cloaks for all of us, and you know, not so much that a person with a wagon couldn't bring them back to town. Like, I don't want a hill of feathers. Like, what the fuck would I do with that?
Like, well, I think even 15 would create a small hill, but I would
Yeah.
think in a wagon, with like the length and everything, kind of like tying them down. Like I'm kind of like envisioning in my mind like a big bale of hay, like one of those big industrial ones that like weigh like a few 100 pounds, being kind of like hoisted upon a wagon and taken back.
I hope it's lighter because these are feathers.
Oh yeah, I'm just saying like for like just like a give you like a size reference.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah, something like that would be fun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Then we could like I don't know if people would be interested in rock feathers, but maybe we could sell them too. Who knows?
Maybe. I think it would make for a cool trophy, decorating a tavern.
Right.
Make a fan out of it.
A rock
That's all I
feather
got.
dream catcher.
Or drapes, like rock feather drapes. Rock feather drapes would be kind of cool too, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you can put it in your home one day.
Let's see if Pandora lives that long first.
To be able to invest into real estate. But so with taking the long rest, that will move you all up to April 22nd. Like I said, you guys can do small things through the day that aren't going to be like too strenuous. You know, obviously just kind of hanging out in camp. Lucky for you, with the 6 trolls, it's like a kind of like a slight moving tavern.
Yeah. That's all I got. Anybody else?
Just make sure Nugget gets plenty of apples.
I feel my magic is back, so can we get this on with already?
Yeah, let's go kill some fucking rocks, guys.
Fucking yes, alright.
I guess we should take our mounts back to town as we head into the mountains.
I'll get on my horse, pack up, and say, trolls, we fight rocks. Kill rocks.
Yeah, we do. It'll like point to like the bits of just like ripped apart rock that like you can see some of like the bones kind of like picked pretty cleanly now at this point after the week has gone by, and just like parts kind of just like scattered about, and a bit of the blood has kind of just like gotten soaked up at ground, but you can still see like the grass still stained a bit red.
Can I actually take some of the bone as well? Now that I think about it, since it's cleaned.
Oh.
That's actually a good point. I didn't think about that before.
Yeah, I'll take some like smaller like wingtip bones and stuff like that. Yeah.
I think that's smart for ingredients.
Maybe we can like make a potion of flight or something. That'd be kind of sweet. That'd be kind of sick.
Ooh, that's not a bad idea because like the hollow bones and whatnot, right? With the bird bones.
Yeah.
That's smart. I like that. Yeah, I'll take like a few pounds of bones, I guess, maybe 10 pounds.
Okay.
Oh, I guess throughout the week it could have been just grinding. Well, we don't have. I don't think we have any containers for all that dust, so never mind. Later then.
We go kill more.
Yes, follow me.
So I guess we're gonna get to near town, and you'll wait with them as we put our horses back in the stable before we go to the mountains.
Oh, I'm taking mutton with me.
If he's taking mutton, I'm taking Fluffy.
We're all taking our mounts, and we're moving at a pace that the trolls can follow.
This is going to end poorly. You saw what they did to the cows.
Well,
Yeah, and
we'll leave them at the.
They
We'll
swooped
leave them
down
at
and
the
split
right
the cow
spot.
in half.
I also saw what the trolls did to the rocks, and fair is fair.
Besides, our mounts are smarter than cows.
There's a good chance they'll go straight for our mounts. I don't
We
want to
get-
say goodbye to my mount.
We don't need to bring them into the fight. We can scout it out and then leave them at a smart location.
Plus, they won't have a chance. We'll hold monsters them, and then we'll kill them.
Exactly.
Onward.
And I suggest we also try to fight them at night, so we can ambush them while they're sleeping.
I thought rocks are nocturnal, we said.
What made you think they were nocturnal?
I'm pretty sure
They've
that
been
came up
flying-
in the last game.
They've been flying during the day almost every day, right, Kyle?
I thought they hunt at night. I'll let Kyle answer.
They had becoming more active towards like the night, like towards the dusk.
Okay.
So
I guess we
that
just-
said, I think the daytime, like earlier, would be just as good as far as ambush goes.
in the wee hours of the morning, I agree.
Yes. I think daylight is. I don't know. I think it's kind of terrifying, the idea of a bird that big that you can't see dive bombing you at night.
True.
Just imagine a creature such as this being essentially invisible. That seems a lot more terrifying to me.
Raven, we got it the first time. Let's
Yeah.
go.
Anyways,
All right, what's the path you all are looking to take?
Straight north, right? Northwest a little?
Northwest, yeah.
where are we taking our mounts though? Where are we going to securely?
Hold monster. We kill them. We get back on our mounts. We win.
Well, I can take my mount up into the mountains. That's what he's made for.
I think we're talking semantics here. We're gonna kill the rocks. Is what we're doing.
Yeah, let Kyle do some rulings to see if the terrain becomes too difficult or whatnot. See what he says.
So, as you guys kind of like head out to the north and begin like wrapping around, like the mountains, looking for a nice little path to like take up. Mutton is kind of like just jumping from rock to rock as he did on like the previous western mountain sides. And can I get a nature check from someone in the party?
Sure.
Oh,
Oh
I
my
was about
God.
to say guidance, but it doesn't
No.
matter.
Nice roll.
Nice.
Try guidance anyway, see if he gets a
It was
32.
almost a 2 on the die though.
Yeah, you
Flipped
know
to
what?
that
I'm
20.
actually curious. Roll
Roll
a
a
d4.
All right, here we go. All right, that's a
Ooh,
30.
30. Woo!
You better tell us their age, height, and dimension.
So,
Yeah.
as like you're making your way, Raven, you do spot like a nice like little path that you can see that the horses and everything are going to be fine with like trudging along. And after seeing the ram and the trolls be a bit more at home, it appears, as they're kind of like just climbing about and waiting as you guys are wrapping around towards the northern bends. But eventually making it roughly a third up the way of like the mountain before the sun begins to set. And you guys kind of get cast in the shadows from the mountains that are kind of like peaked up on the western side as the sun kind of begins to creep slowly behind them. And
Any rock nests or signs of rocks?
you do hear a bit of like cawing coming, especially when the sun kind of begins to set, and keeping like an eye and being a bit more close and probably a bit more tentative to the details around, going up the mountains where you know their nest to be. You'll see them fly out just around like dusk. And like go ahead.
Is there a general location we saw them take off from?
They take off from the eastern side and like flying out like towards like the plains, and then wrapping around in between the mountain peaks, going to the west before popping out towards Silverkeep.
Oh, so they're going away from us towards town?
As they like wrap around, they don't seem to have a nest just quite at the top of the mountain that you're climbing, making your way
Right.
up. But
If they're leaving, we could take an egg now.
I mean, if we travel through the night and risk being tired the next day, sure.
Wait, how far are we from the nest that we assume, based on where they took off?
judging about like the path or like the distance that you all kind of made, like wrapping around with the horses on this path that you're following, it would take roughly a full day of travel.
Oh, okay. Sorry, I thought we were like pretty close.
Just a third up the way right now.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, maybe we could just kill them and do it, or we could wait for them to leave the next day, and try it. Try to wait for them to leave and then take an egg. But and we're supposed to kill them anyway, so it doesn't really matter.
We could find a couple of eggs. They might be worth a lot of money. The only thing I'm worried about is how we would carry it.
Well, maybe with our mounts, find a way to, seat the egg on.
Are,
I mean, you
I
have to
mean,
find a
mounts
way to.
aren't we trading the egg for that giant hoard of cash that
Well,
No, he is
well,
not going to give us a giant horse.
I think
He's
he
gonna
was
give
going
us
to
a
maybe
piece of
give
it.
us the scythe or negotiate that for the egg or something along those lines, or at least
Something.
an allegiance with him for now until it was actually no, I remember now. It was to get forgiveness for the for when we slayed the
Get
the trolls earlier.
yeah,
His friends.
Yes,
and I think we also get
but it might have
his
been a little more than that.
remains. Yeah, his remains, and then also how to get to Azure.
Sorry, what remains? What are you talking about?
He has the remains in his sword.
Oh yes, of the halo.
Right.
Which I think he said he was willing to give us, pretty much once we come back.
Yeah.
Where are
Maybe
we going? No camp here. Where's sleep?
Wait, it's time for us to rest, right, for the night?
Indeed.
I'm going to look around for any caves, see if we can find some small caves.
I mean, yeah.
And spending about like 30 minutes kind of like traveling up a bit, you do notice a decent sized cave. Definitely
Like-
a cramped fit for each of you with your 6 trolls as well.
Hmm. Just to confirm, we did get our full long rest earlier,
Correct.
right?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure.
Kyle, I am swapping out suggestion for Misty Step. Just wanted to let you know.
One of the trolls will kind of look into the cave you found, Kroot, and just begin like speaking. Rixian, you hear it say, "Plenty big for little men, not for troll."
Is he referring to the cave?
Yes.
He is.
Are are they saying they can't fit in?
Not here. We find sleep else.
So they're saying they can't fit in here, and so they can't sleep.
Hmm. Can they not sleep outside the cave?
Are they going to find their own place to sleep?
Hmm. Why? What's wrong with just sleeping in the area?
Yes, stay close. Just not there.
Do you mean just not? I sorry, I can't speak giant.
I'm translating. This.
Okay. Do they just mean not in the cave, or do they just mean not outside the cave either? Do they need to find a new spot? Like, why is this not a good spot?
Because the cave is too small for 6 giant trolls.
Right, but outside the cave, is there a reason why they can't
They-
sleep outside the cave?
They said they're going to find somewhere nearby to camp.
Correct.
I don't know if it's a good idea to leave them.
We're not going to leave them. I'll camp with them. I already dealt with it, so I don't mind.
Pretty sure the trolls can take care of themselves.
Right, but I don't want to get separated from them and not be able to find them because
It's-
of something happening.
It's just for moderation purposes. I'll be fine.
You guys are being kind of paranoid.
We are in the mountains where the rocks live, so yeah, I am.
Trolls also live here too. I think they know what they're doing better than we know what we're doing.
Speak for yourself.
But
Well,
we don't
except
know
for
where
they're
they're
gonna start
going.
climbing.
It's what we're saying. We don't know where they're going, so I'm going to follow them, and then we'll reconvene. It's easier that way. Trust me. Not that I don't trust them. It's that it's easier to track each other. It's cool. We're like best bros now.
Y'all even look alike.
You even smell
Hey,
alike.
I do now, unfortunately.
And like, as you kind of like follow Rixian, not too far away. You could easily make your way back quite easily within like another 20 to 30 minutes. As like the trolls find like a nice, more of like a plateaued kind of area that's dug in to like the mountainsides, and it's still out in the open, but they're able to, actually be able to stretch out a bit more instead of just like the smaller path that you all have been following. Then they'll kind of just brush some rocks and things together and set up like an area to sleep.
Cool. I'm glad you guys are really good at this. And I'll just camp on by right next to them.
And as you all kind of like settle in for the night, you can kind of just hear like the wind whipping through the mountain peaks. So it kind of like whistles itself against the entrance of the cave where the rest of you are sleeping, and passing along. And Rixine, you can kind of feel your hair kind of being like lifted as it kind of just brushes back down against your forehead. And it just feels a bit cooler up here. Nothing too uncomfortable, but just a bit refreshing.
Pandora's cuddled up with Sir Fluffy.
And it's like a sauna for you.
I have resistance to fire. It's comfortable.
Well, I mean, other than it being just like a nice still night, each of you can mark off a ration and reconvene the next morning quite easily. So Pandora, Kroot, and Raven, you exit out like the cave that you all slept in. You can see plenty of tracks and little markings indicating where the trolls were climbing, and the hoof prints from Rixian's horse.
Well, let's gather up and get going again.
All right. So after we regroup, I guess we start walking along to get closer.
And eventually, like, making your way through the day, almost like clockwork, you'll see the two rocks kind of like set out, this time much closer as you kind of wrap around and around the mountain, making your way up and up. And the squawks and caws are a bit higher pitched and kind of start to almost like rattle your eardrums a bit. And you can see some of the trolls kind of like cover up their ears a bit poorly as their tops kind of like pop out above their palms, and they squint their eyes and kind of grit their teeth. But the rock leaves just around 6:30, where you're judging the position of the sun to be. And from the distance, you know that you're not too far away from their nest. Just needing roughly about another hour to make your way there.
Alright, so next morning is when we're waking up to go get an egg, right? The wee hours?
Yeah, I guess so.
I think that's probably best. They probably just came back from their hunting.
Have
probably
we
tired.
have we committed to whether we're killing them or not?
Was there another option?
That's
Well, we
the
have
job.
to. That's part of the bargain.
So, what's wrong with killing them and then taking their egg?
Nothing, that's what we're doing.
Was there an alternative to that?
It just sounded like that we were pulling off this ridiculous heist for an egg, and then sneaking off in the middle of the night.
Oh no, we had to kill them regardless. The egg was just another thing requested by
Yeah, that's what I
Mogan.
thought. It was just confusing the way you were phrasing it. Never mind.
That was like kind of a bonus, really. I mean, well,
I-
I think it was really the killing the ogres themselves. I mean, killing the rocks with the trolls was for the repayment of the debt, but the egg was a bonus, I believe. Right?
Well, I do want a bonus, so
I was suggesting that we go in and sneak in and grab an egg while they're gone or something, and then make sure it's safe. Because during the fight, it could get crushed, and then we would not be able to fulfill our end of the bargain.
well, I don't
True.
think the rocks would ever want to crush their own egg during combat.
No, but we
I
have
wouldn't
trolls
say
with
that
us.
they-
Accidents happen.
Yes, with 6 trolls, I don't know if that could be very possible, especially if they're throwing rocks.
I'm pretty sure they care about the egg too, right?
I want to ask the trolls.
Yeah, I'll do that. We kill rocks, but we protect rock eggs.
For Mogan.
For Mogan.
Mogan, yes. Save egg for Mogan.
Save egg for Mogan.
Make sure don't crush egg.
Keep egg safe.
Egg safe.
Sweet. I feel like I'm bonding with these fellas. It's great.
Meanwhile, Pandora and Bob do like a secret handshake she showed him. No, I'm just kidding.
So, are we sneaking up on them?
Well, do we want to go grab the egg tonight while they're gone, just in case?
I'll join you in that if you want.
How big is the egg? Do we know?
It's another thing we should probably figure out. That's why, while they're gone, I think we should do this.
I mean, I have a funny feeling we may end up having to rely on the trolls to carry the eggs, which is dangerous in itself. I don't know how, finesse. I don't know how much finesse they have to not drop an egg.
How
Well,
about
They seem to like Mogan, so I think they'll do a pretty decent job.
we go with that? We take the egg and then we hide outside the cave, and once they both go into the cave, that's when we ambush them.
I don't think they'll fit in the cave.
If
Well,
the cave
we
is
don't
big
know
enough
where-
for the rocks, then I think it's big enough for the trolls.
I
We
assume
don't-
there's a nest inside
Look,
a cave.
we
that's what
need
I'm
to
assuming.
we need to scout it either way because we have no idea what the location looks like. We can talk about it all we want, but we
Sure.
need to look at it first.
Yes, agreed. How close are we? Do we know?
Yeah, just
About-
under an hour. You just had to like basically wrap around like this bend, and
All right.
you're pretty much judging like from the days of seeing these rocks kind of fly out from above. It's roughly around here.
Should we get a little closer and then make another judgment from there? Maybe get another 30 minutes closer. Start taking perception checks now, I guess.
Yeah. Why don't you each roll me a perception check?
Don't want to be surprised if we can help it. Oh yeah, I'm just supposed to be rolling at advantage. I forgot. Wait,
That's pretty good for me.
so,
One day I will make a character good at initiative and good at wisdom. One of these days.
Me and you both, brother. Nice roll, Groot.
That would be Baja.
Fruit sees everything.
So, each of
22
you
is nice.
hear like the faint, but very still high-pitched caws coming from like around the bend.
So they haven't totally left yet then.
No, you
What, this is-
you've seen them leave. You know that 2 rocks have left, but these caws sound a little different.
There's
Uh,
rock babies.
baby.
I fucking knew that was gonna happen.
So this is a problem if we need an egg.
I mean,
A baby would work too.
that
Mogan
is,
wanted an egg specifically. He said it would
yeah.
be difficult to train an already born.
I also don't know how we would get that thing back to him without it
Right.
trying to kill us all and your horses. Like, we tried to take it from its mother and it's going to freak the fuck out.
So
How big is
I
a
hate to
baby
say
rock?
this- Probably the
Yeah.
size of a horse.
I mean, we haven't seen it yet, but
Yeah, I mean, I was guessing because a lot of the stuff I was like trying to figure out like how big like for like the egg and everything would be. It's like considered large, so roughly the size of a horse.
the egg would be large.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
Or at least medium. It's at least the size of a person for sure.
that's insane.
Yeah, well, yeah, I
Uh,
guess
some
like in the
creatures.
perspective of like an egg, but yes, like it would be roughly the size of like a person, if not like a little bit larger.
I do
Yeah,
not
but-
envy the bird popping that out.
Yeah, and the baby would be, well, they're huge creatures. And the baby would be like
Oh.
the size of a Goliath, if not taller.
Yeah.
Yeah. And from this point of like the path that you're on, you'll kind of see like where it bends back around, it gets like vastly open, and then looks as if it has like sheer drops off the right side from when you're facing like going still like in the past towards where you heard the cause.
So
Well, here's the thing: we need to kill the babies for sure.
so
Because
I was gonna
otherwise they're just
say,
going to grow up.
hey, I was going to say we should, if the parents are gone, we should sneak in. If we have to kill the babies, that maybe, so be it. But we need to sneak in while the parents are gone and find the egg first. If there are no eggs, then we may be in a predicament where we have to take back a baby.
All right, let's do it. And Pandora begins unbuckling her half plate from her.
So
from
we
her
have
robes.
to accept there's a chance we'll have to take a baby back instead of an egg. Which I don't know how we'll do that, but
Trolls carry it.
and the trolls carry and keep it alive.
If told to do so, they should. It is for Mogan.
All right, so Kyle, just so you know, I'm taking off my half plate, but Pandora's going to resheath the the war scythe onto Fluffy, and then she's going to take her longsword and shield with her, so at least she has a decent AC.
You're taking off your half plate?
Yeah, my AC is still 16 though with the shield, so I'll be fine.
You're not using the scythe.
No, because I have to sneak.
Oh, I see. Sorry.
Okay, so is everyone going?
Yeah.
I'm definitely going. I'm the sneak master.
I will guidance my sneak roll.
Me too.
Kurt, are you not going to take off your armor?
Hell no.
I feel like out of everyone, well, never mind.
And Rixian, what are you telling the trolls for this plan?
W- I'm kind of getting mixed signals of what the intentions are here. Are we retrieving the baby?
No, we're retrieving an egg and probably killing the babies.
Well,
We're
that was
sneaking
the
into
concern.
nest.
Was if there are no eggs, our only option is to try and take a baby back.
Well, I'm gonna tell them
Oof,
to wait
not
until
great.
they find out what's inside the cave.
Yes, we're scouting now. We're not.
I'm staying with the trolls.
Okay.
11 on Pandora's stealth. Not great.
4 for Groot.
Are you kidding me? $22.
Dang, you got that modifier.
Yeah.
All right,
This is
so
a group check,
then,
right?
well, it will-
Hopefully.
I mean, if you guys wanted it to be a group check, then it should have just been voted on.
Oh, that's a DM's decision, so.
Well, I
Yeah,
usually
that's not
have it
ours,
as
that's
like
yours.
one roll for like the party, like when you guys are like doing something, but
You don't
guys
do
just
group
start
successes?
not normally. Like every
Okay.
time that we've done like a check, it's usually like you can get advantage if someone else is proficient in it.
But if you're traveling as a party, how does that work?
I know.
Yeah, how does
'cause
that work?
You will always have the guy with the plus 13 roll, so.
Yeah, and I
Does that-
usually just like include it as like a collective instead of like, so like the way that I like was doing it for that is because if like you're trying to like investigate something, then like everyone in the party is gonna like roll until they can like figure it out, and then this way it
Mhm.
kind of like gives it a little bit more mystery.
So would you prefer just one of us to roll when we do this?
Yeah.
I mean, just realistically speaking, how does just because one guy's super skilled at being stealthy, how is how is he making us, the rest of us, stealthy?
Right.
I guess you follow my path. So if you do, you just mimic whatever I do.
Okay, but then
I mean,
Kroot's
unless,
wearing
like-
armor.
Unless like for an example, like if Raven is just like a foot ahead of you guys, then it's going to be a little bit harder. But if he's like kind of up ahead, like 15 20 feet, let's just say for an example, then he can actually like give you guys like hand signals or calls, and
But how does that take Kroot's armor into consideration?
by increasing the DC.
Okay.
Well, the way I run my game is I just let them all roll and then just take the average.
All right.
That's
Well,
a
it's
good
Kyle's
idea.
game, but yeah.
I like that
it's-
idea.
I mean, it's your choice how you want to handle this. If you want
Right.
to just
No,
take
yeah.
either one roll
It's your
or
game, so
yeah.
I was just
Yeah,
curious as
it's
all.
an interesting idea.
Yeah.
I'll take that
Yeah.
into consideration for some
So-
adjusted changes in futures. But for this, like we're just gonna have it rounded together with everybody, like grouped up, not rounded, but grouped up.
Okay. So meaning we're taking all 3 rolls.
So I am going to let you guys just re-roll it. Whoever wants to roll it for the party can do
Alright.
so. With the disadvantage from Kroot's armor, you won't have the ability to gain advantage with
Okay.
just
being
a straight
assistants.
roll.
Yes, just
But I
a
will,
straight
I
roll.
will, I will guide him if that's possible.
Yes.
Not 2. All right. I'm gonna roll it separately because it always fucks up my d20 roll. All right. Well, I don't think I need it, but
Oh shit!
that's a 33.
Good thing you're rolling the
Jesus.
guidances and getting like the little ones out of there too.
Yeah.
Right?
Lucky you.
Well, like, I don't know what it is, but when I roll the d4 at the same time on guidance, it always hits the d20 and makes it land on a lower number. Like, I swear, I've had so many
Knocks
nat
it over.
ones because of guidance. Like, I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, I would have rolled better without the d4. Like, so I just roll separately.
All right. Well, is Raven's like a bit ahead of you guys, and going around the bend. This is like kind of when you can see like the vast like plains off to the east quite clearly, as it's encased in the mountains shadows, and you can see like the village of Mabluff, and then even like the large tree, the living tree from Glentz, down towards like the south, and extending just like well beyond in the horizon. But Raven, you're kind of sneaking around, and as you're making your way up in the party, kind of lagging a tad behind, just making sure
Mhm.
they're within a safe distance to spring into action if needed. You can hear like the cawing growing a bit louder and louder as you're making your way up, and as kind of wrap around, you can see like this entrance of a giant cave, and you can see where there's a bit of feathers, which you're quite familiar now knowing these all to be like rock feathers, and you can kind of like smell like a bit of what's a nice way to put this, bird poo scattered about, and you can, as you look inside, you can see that the cave like extends a bit, and it's just like kind of vast in its room that you could, from what you can see, but you do see some decently large baby rocks just bouncing and like kind of like chirping a bit, and as they like kind of like look over towards you, like maybe they don't see you, maybe they don't care, but they do look over in like your direction, and they just like kind of just keep doop doop doop.
Are they actually the size of like horses or whatever?
Yes, they're fairly large.
How much of a baby are there? Are there some that are like nearing adolescence so they can like walk around and stuff, or are they like just got their feathers, can't really move?
The one that I'm assuming Raven would relay this, like the ones
Yeah.
that he's seeing are like kind of bouncing about.
Hmm. So they're. I wonder. Does it look like they could maybe fly, or is it kind of unknown?
They don't seem to be attempting it.
Hmm.
Okay.
Can
How
I have
big
it-
are they?
Like horse size, you said.
Oh, okay.
But how? Can I see just the
Physically-
one? How many
You
do
see
I
two.
see?
How many eggs does he see?
None from this point of view. from just like
I think
looking in.
I'd
If
have
you
to-
if you want to go in, that's up to you. But I wasn't gonna just like narrate your character movements for you.
Sure. So yeah, I just
Well, I
relay.
think-
We'd have to get closer if we want to find an egg. I don't
But I
see any at
think-
this point.
We're going to have to kill those babies, otherwise they're going to be a problem in the main fight.
Let's.
Or
Hmm.
maybe we can take them alive and use them as bait to lure the big rocks in.
Ooh. Yes. Yes, I like that.
I mean, rocks are pretty tough. They might be tougher than you guys think. They might not be so easily tied down.
Hmm. But
Knock them out first.
if we need to get the rocks down to us, this would be a sure way to do it.
I
as
mean,
opposed to
they're going to come back and have to sleep at some point.
yes, but typically the rocks would swoop down and fly by or fly away. With their babies here, they might not do that. They might stay and try to rescue them. They might stay on the ground. It might be another way to ground them as opposed to
They'll
using
also
Cold
get-
Monster.
They'll also get on the ground to sleep.
Oh yes, but I have a feeling the
Why
babies
not
would
ambush them
communicate
when
to the
they're-
parents.
Why not ambush them when all of them are totally asleep? Why risk having any of them awake?
I mean, that's you'd get one surprise round. I don't know how effective. Well, I mean, if we fight them in the cave, they're not exactly going to be able to fly around, really.
That's
So
true.
So
That's
that's,
a good
actually a
point.
really good point. If we fight them when they go in the cave to rest, that's probably our best bet.
Yeah, we wait till they're asleep, and then while they're sleeping, we quietly kill the babies, and then we unleash our bigger attacks on the parents.
Hmm.
I mean, you guys, I would assume that you guys are quiet enough
Yeah,
with your
but,
blades.
Unless we can kill the babies in one shot, they're gonna cry out and wake the parents up.
Well, either way, we have to either kill the babies now or do something else with them.
Well, I was going to say the babies might just kind of ignore us, but if they can communicate to the parents, they're going to warn them.
If you think they're not going to make a fuss when some strange creatures just walk into their cave, I think you're going to be dead wrong.
Don't know, but if we kill them now, the parents aren't exactly going to fall asleep for us to attack. They're going to be looking for what killed their babies.
Which means they'll have exhaustion.
I mean, skill checks. It's not really. I don't know.
But
I think if we're
I
gonna do
think-
that, we need to just wait for them to come back and go to sleep, like you said.
Man, you talk a lot. Yeah, I think that's the right move because I agree with you that if we kill them now, they may not land or they might do something more unpredictable.
Yeah, for meta knowledge, if we hold them down in the cave, they'll have no reason to run away like they did last time,
Hmm.
and we don't want them to run away this time. I think we can. I think we would still be able to surprise them if we keep them alive.
Hmm.
How about this? How about one of us test something? I can walk in there and see how the babies react, and then just leave. Not going to touch them, not going to wound them. I'll just walk in, show myself to them, and then walk out.
And if they chase us,
Then we kill them.
and then our original plan doesn't work.
Just a suggestion. I'm not saying I was going to do it.
I think for this to work, we have to distance ourselves until they go to sleep tonight.
Okay, let's do that then.
I mean, unless you disagree, I don't know. I might be
I-
wrong.
I'm the one that's more for this plan of them all being asleep.
I mean, I think the best advantage we have is fighting them in the cave. I don't know how high the cave is. Maybe they might be able to even fly inside the cave, but it prevents them from flying us up and dropping us off a cliff.
Yes,
Unless they just fly out of the cave with us. But
which is something they could also do. Can we stop talking about all the what ifs and just decide on something, please? Fuck, you are exhausting me.
So you making your way in?
I think we were gonna wait for the parents to get back and for them to go to sleep.
I don't know. Everybody's just flapping their gums a lot. Nobody's making a decision.
Sounds like that's the plan: is to wait for the parents to get back and go to sleep.
Then that's what we're doing, Kyle.
Yes.
All right.
I think we should back up a little bit though, because it sounded like the babies could tell something's here. I think we're too close. If the babies can tell, then the parents definitely can.
All right, we get away. We sneak back down the mountain to where we left our mounts and try to find a better place for camp.
So as you make your way back to like the mounts, you can see some of the trolls like kind of like trembling a bit as they like kind of reach out and are trying to like wait. You can see to like pet Sir Fluffy Butt, but Sir Fluffy Butt is not having any part of this, and he's just like kind of baring his teeth and letting out a little growl, and it's making the already trembling troll kind of like pull his hand back a little bit and then take a step back slowly as Fluffy Butt just continues to like stand his ground.
I will. I'll go up to Sir Fluffy and I'll stand in front of him and go, Fluffy? No. Kind of like tap his nose a little bit.
Oh.
And then kind of gesture for one of the trolls to like come closer.
He'll kind of like step up, like rubbing his hands together.
I look at Rixian and say, tell him gentle.
Rixian is busy playing rock, paper, scissors.
Okay, dude, you want a dire wolf in a troll fight, then ignore this happening.
You invited this situation to happen.
And you're compromising it, so you do you.
I'm just playing my character, man.
Sure.
He's kind of
What
just like
happens?
looking at you a bit like confused and like slowly reaches his hand up a little bit.
I will put my hand on Fluffy's side of his head and just kind of like show the troll like gentle. Just run your hand down the length of the fur.
He'll do his best to follow. You can see like as his hand touches Sir Fluffy, but he's still kind of like shaking a bit. But then after like completing like the first little pat and stroke, you can see him start to calm down, and then he's just looks at you and
Yes. Pandora just gives him a smile.
So, what'd you find?
Who are you talking to?
Everyone that came back from the cave.
Well, the babies. But I think we've decided to attack once the parents come back and you go to sleep. Our best option is to fight them inside the cave so they can't pick us up and throw us off the cliff.
All right. Cool. And
mean-
he'll tell the trolls that we camp and then we attack at night.
We didn't go inside the cave, but
We attack in the morning.
Yeah, the wee hours of the morning.
well, yeah.
I thought they come back at dusk.
I think they
No,
leave.
they
at
leave
dusk.
at dusk.
Oh, okay.
Well, we didn't hear when they came back. Actually, I think we just found when they leave. Did we get that information about when they come back?
I I don't know if I had stated it or not, like for a fact, but at this point, you guys would know them getting back towards like the middle of the night, early hours in the morning.
Okay. Assuming they're feeding their children at that point and then going to sleep
So we rest.
until, I don't know, when the sun rises.
Probably a little bit before that. We probably want to be awake before the sun rises.
Yes, but attack at the sunrise or
Whenever they're asleep.
Yeah, we'll just give them a little time. Get situated.
we don't know how big this cave really is inside or how many babies or eggs there are. We only saw the 2 babies, so
Too
Well,
bad nobody could turn invisible and go in there.
I know. Unfortunately, I don't have that spell.
we can keep watch, and whenever someone's confident that they don't hear anything for a considerable amount of time, that's when we attack and wake everyone up.
Oh, I can take invisibility. Maybe I should have taken that. Oh well.
The more you know, and knowing's half the battle.
Yep.
All right. So I guess we'll get some rest.
And the trolls will easily find like a location for everybody, set up camp, and during like the night being quite a bit closer, each of you can kind of hear like the cause as you kind of like wake up from your sleep just a tad bit, and then knowing what dangers await, closing your eyes, preparing for the next morning. With everyone planning to wake up a bit earlier, the last person on watch, sure that you'd be kind of keeping it more of a track in your mind. Which, let's I'm trying to remember your guys' watch order. I know I have it written down.
I mean, I trance, so I can do. Did you do 2 or 3 watches? I can't remember.
It was how you guys just broke it up, but
I think it's Pandora first, Raven second, and then Rixian.
And if need be, I can do 2 of the 3 watches based on the trance.
Yeah,
You
so
know.
Rixian has help towards the end.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, I could help too. if
That's right. I
needed.
forgot. Yeah. I think we had at least 2 people per. I mean, if anything, I think I was the only one that did a solo shift.
all right. Well, with no issue, in the wee hours of on April 24th, everyone can move forward.
Mhm.
Sweet.
So, same as last time, I'll stealth ahead.
I remind the trolls to remain as quiet as possible.
Well,
So-
Raven, you are the expert. Do you want me to wear my armor or not?
Hmm.
I actually came up with another spell that we could use once whole person works or doesn't work.
Mm-hmm.
I can cast haste on Pandora.
Ooh,
Very
I
powerful.
would like that.
Honestly,
Maybe.
I think the armor is more important here. I mean, I'm the one sneaking ahead for the group, anyways. So,
Okay, I will put it on. Pandora will put it on, and she'll unsheath the war scythe from Fluffy's bags.
Yeah. If your hold monster doesn't work, then I'll try mine. But if your hold monster does work, I can always banish the other rock.
yes, let's not burn our options this time like last time, though. I know readying the spell burns the spell.
No, I'm not gonna ready it.
Yes,
I'm gonna wait
that's-
till after he casts his spell.
I think that's smart.
And remember, you don't have to do it initially. If we have caught them asleep, I guess only do it if they wake up and look like they're about to take flight.
Hmm.
So, from what I understand, the plan is to sneak in, make sure that they're all asleep,
Well,
and then try to kill the babies as quietly as possible.
oh.
And then we move on to the parents, yes?
Just leading right off with the kids.
Jeez. Isn't that only going to enrage the parents? That might be
I'm
worse.
just afraid that the kids will make noise, and wake the parents up.
Well, they're gonna make noise when we start killing them, so...
Yeah, but we
I
might
mean,
as
we
well
have-
get our best attacks on the parents first.
I
is my
mean,
opinion.
we have
That's
to do
what
it
I thought.
either. We have to do it either way because it mostly out of mercy. Because if we kill the parents, nobody's gonna come up here and feed baby rocks. So
Well,
they have to be dead
isn't-
either way.
I
I'd
mean,
rather
well,
I kill them by my blade rather than they starve to death, because that's worse.
again, what if there are no eggs? Are we going to take one back?
We can try.
We can do it.
So let's tell the trolls that that is a possibility. If, you know, if there are no eggs, we're going to have to take one of the babies back. For Mogan.
Yeah, I tell them just in case that keep eggs safe, keep babies safe.
I mean, for that reason, we can't really kill the babies until we verify there's an egg to take.
That's right.
Yes,
I still
So-
think we need to kill the parents first.
I mean,
All right.
ideally, we can see the egg before we attack.
can talk about this all we want. We need to do something because all the best plans can easily go awry within seconds.
Sure.
So less talking, more doing. Yes.
All right. Sure.
We attack the parents.
Okay.
Yes.
We will attack the parents.
We
Yes.
attack the parents. Yes.
Hmm.
And Rixian will cast Mage on Rome. So
I mean, they'll immediately wake up when we attack. So I mean, I was almost gonna suggest we do the whole monster right off the bat, but
now we'll
I could always try to banish one first,
that's also a very good point.
and then we could do the whole monster on the one that's still here.
I like that actually better.
Sure. Let's do that.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we start with your banishment and then attack.
Yeah.
So we'll sneak back up.
Yes.
Check to see if they're asleep.
All right. So I'll roll.
Guidance.
Are we ready to? Should I roll now or?
Yes.
Okay.
So what I was gonna say is you can go ahead and roll now, but what we'll do is we'll just take our break a tad early instead of taking our break right in the middle of combat. And
Okay.
then ride it out the rest of the night.
Sure.
Ooh,
That's a good idea.
31.
So this way, combat is uninterrupted, and you guys can rip these ones a new butthole and slay their children in front of them. Apparently,
Or they could rip us a new butthole.
Well,
I
if you
just-
kill
I
the
just,
parents
like,
first, then you
I'm
won't have to
looking
do the
at,
children
like,
after.
what may happen, and like, you guys are just gonna kill the parents in front of the children.
Well, here's the thing: if we kill the parents, nobody's going to come up here and take care of them. Nobody has the resources to do such a thing. So either we just kill them out of mercy, or they starve to death.
Oh
What's
yeah, no,
worse?
100%. Like, I mean, it makes sense. Like in like the bigger scheme of things, like you're right. I'm just looking at it from like their point of view.
Yeah.
Oh
So
no,
are we
yeah,
on
it's
break
dark as
now?
hell.
Do
but
we know what they
we'll be
even
right
eat?
back in
The baby?
about 5-10 minutes at most.
Okay.
Hope
I'll be
everyone's
back.
enjoying. Be right back. All right, and we're back. So as each of you are making your way in to this cave, you start to see like the beginnings of what appears to be some like twigs and other various things built up in the nest. No sounds being heard, and it's just eerily quiet.
Can I make a perception check? Like an active one.
Yeah, you can.
So gotta remember to actually do this damn advantage for perception.
I am going to cast no spells at this moment just
Alright.
because don't want to risk anything.
25 perception.
So, you see like where like the nest kind of like tips off and kind like you can see it like where it dips back down and being about like 10 to 15 foot tall on the outsides. You see like the little tidbits of like feathers rising and lowering in a very slow yet rhythmic pattern.
Of the parent bird? Or the.
You just see like some decent feathers, so you're not too sure.
We gotta get closer. Oh, obviously we're on the map, so I'll get closer. So the nest is kind of like we have to get up higher to see it. I'm assuming, right?
Correct.
Or like climb up to the nest. Could I maybe go like up here and climb up on a rock?
This
To
is
do
just
that?
like the walls of the cave.
Okay, I wasn't sure if there's
Okay.
actual rocks I could stand on.
You can get up on like a little bit of the rocks to like kind of like lift your head, like tempting to peek in just a little bit more. But as stated, like the sides of it are like 10 to 15 foot.
Okay, I got you. We're gonna literally have to climb up on this thing to. Like, there's nothing
These
else in the
things-
room that's that high to get on to see.
I've been meaning to ask you this, Kyle. Dungeon Master's guy says that characters can see for like thousands of squares unless there's something hindering their sight. So I was just always wondering like why you always keep our fog of war so small. I've been meaning to ask you that.
Well, we can't see over the nest top. Is I think why he's got
Well,
that.
Yeah,
No,
I
he's
mean-
asking about the black fog.
So they made the nest so big that not even the rocks are visible.
Yeah.
Well, they're
Here's-
inside of this 10-foot high wall of the nest, so
Yeah, but rocks are bigger than 10 feet.
Well, from our perspective, we can't actually see the top of
I
it.
mean, if they're laying down, they're probably not. We can barely see the tops of the.
But to
feathers.
answer
So
your
I
fog
would-
of war question, I do it with like the vision from Dark Vision.
Right, but are we in the dark?
That's what we said.
Yeah, you're just in like this cave and like you went in before the sun's up.
Okay, well, I was just wondering because you've done this on maps where it's like bright daylight and all this kind of stuff. too.
Do I see what I think I'm seeing on the map? Are there two nests?
Probably. Certainly looks like it.
I mean, if I come down here, do I see more nests down over here?
Nothing over on this end.
Just kind of look over. Pandora just looks over to Raven, kind of gives him a nod, starts making her way to the closest nest. She looks at Kroot and points at the nest farthest away. Because he wanted to banish one, I think.
Should Well, I mean, I think it makes sense. There were 4 rocks before, right? There would make sense that there were 2 couples. There's 2 nests, right? Now there's only the 2.
Are we talking about something that's basically semantics at this point?
Well, I mean, if you're worried that oh shit, there's another
What
nest,
do?
are there more? I
I'm keeping
guess
them
I'd
quiet.
need to start climbing sneakily,
Uh,
or
and
should we have that be Groot?
I'm waiting on their call.
guess Pandora will
Oh.
point to the 3 closest trolls and kind of wave them over, and then just kind of like do the like put a finger to her lips.
Idea. Yeah, troll lifts us up so we can see.
Oh yeah, Bob is the one. I'll say Bob is that one. She'll look at Bob and like wave him closer, point next to her.
Will like kind of crouchingly make his way over, grasping his club.
Can the troll lift us up to see?
She'll grab his wrist as that's free, kind of place his hand around her waist, and then she'll point up.
And he'll like grasp you. You can feel like the rough exterior of like his hands gently grasp you and hoist you up quite effortlessly. As
What do I see?
you peer over, you can see one sleeping, missing a few feathers, and see where some of its wounds are still a bit fresh, and even one of the arrows still stuck upon its body. And under its wing, as it's kind of like ruffling about, you see like the sleepy heads of the 2 chicks.
All right, so hoisted up by this troll, Pandora kind of like turn her head as best as she can and like point at Kroot over her shoulder, and then kind of point at Kroot and then point at the troll a little bit more north of us, and then kind of point at herself and then Bob holding her up.
I'll make an okay sign. Come up to this troll and point at Pandora and the troll, and then point at myself and make like a hoisting motion.
Ooh, just because I want to see if this would be like cool. You want to do like a cheerleader stand, and he'll hold you like up, and you can just place like your tiny little boots in the palm of his hand.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, I'll break out my pom poms.
he like grasps
Ooh,
you
we can
around the waist
appreciate.
and just like kind of maneuvers you up and like holds you up and does just that, and you can stand or like on pretty solidly, even kind of like move your feet about just a bit. Not something too much, but if you needed to like turn, you could probably do it a little bit more comfortably than you would have imagined. And when he hoists you up, you can see what Pandora is indicating, and the sleeping rocks in the nest.
Oh, I guess we want to banish the one that's not wounded. So I guess Pandora will see that Kroot sees what she sees. He's gotten kind of the gist of what we should do. She'll kind of point at Kroot and the troll, and then gesture towards the other nest, because I think that's the one we want to banish.
Okay. I'll just nod.
Cool. And then
And,
she'll
like-
look back over at Rixian and kind of look at him and be like, point at herself and Bob, and shrug her shoulders like, you joining?
I turn my head around to the dude that I played rock paper scissors with, and I basically say in a very hushed whisper, "Copy, Bob." Lift
So
me.
are we all doing? If I notice everybody's doing this, I guess I go find my own troll.
And then I'll beckon him over here.
Yeah. I'll instruct my troll silently. I'll point at the other nest.
Yeah, I'll walk over to this one and say, do the hand motions to follow to do the same thing over here.
As I'm putting on my cheerleading kilt.
And then I will point to. I'll look down at Bob, kind of point at myself, and then point towards the nest. Like get me a little closer, so I can step into it. Cool. And I will just gingerly place my feet onto the nest.
All right. Well, as you going over that way, Kroot, you would be able to see the sleeping rock over here in that one's nest. And as it kind of like rustles about a little bit, can you give me 2 rolls? I need a stealth check from you. Since you're being carried, seeing like, I think your armor would still rattle a bit. So I think the
I'm wearing my
disadvantage.
cheerleading kilt, remember?
I think your disadvantage would still apply, but if you can give me a perception check and a stealth check as you're making your way over, and Pandora, as you step your feet upon the nest, can you give me a stealth check?
Disadvantage, right?
You did put your armor back on, I do believe.
Yep. I can't guidance myself because that might wake him up because it's verbal. Shit.
So, Kroot, with your perception as you're making your way over, you'll see that
Not too
like
bad.
as it kind of lifts its wings up a tad bit, you can see what at first looks like a giant smooth stone, but where it's kind of like resting, and what information you've been told before, you quickly realize there is an egg underneath this rock.
Yeah. I'll turn around as best as I can and pantomime that there's an egg in this nest. I'll make like a rock sign.
Oof.
No, not that sign. There goes our stealth.
Big oof on my part.
And
Okay.
I'll give like a thumbs up to ask if it's okay now.
Well, let's see what happens when I step into my nest.
So, Kroot, as like you're making your way over,
Yeah, I'm stopping the troll right here where we're at.
yes.
That's as close as I need to be.
Each of you hear and one of the little babies hops out and looks at you, Pandora, tilting its head.
Rush forward with the scythe and speak the command word and light it on fire and strike.
Here we go.
Is this where I do hold person or hold monster,
It's up to you.
or am I waiting until after they wake up?
I mean, this won't
Yeah.
crit if you don't cast it.
And I'm watching Pandora, so as soon as Pandora strikes, I'm gonna cast Banishment.
All right, I'm casting hold monster.
Right. So, we'll do it with what was said first. Pandora, you say the words to ignite the scythe, and as like the blade starts to like become like bright red, almost giving off like a bit of light itself, it then kind of just goes quickly black as it becomes engulfed in its flames, and then you can see the blade return to normal, but I mean just encased in the flames as you had felt before when Mogan demonstrated the scythe for you, and when you do, the rock's eyes will like open up, and it'll tilt its head back towards you, giving you a look, and then give me your attack roll for the rock.
Did hold monster pop off?
I am going to say, like, with you moving forward, like, right away, we're just gonna, like, going with, like, what was called first, you lunging forward and not taking any chance. It would be just, like, that, like, little bit of, like, a hesitant for them to realize what you're doing before going. So, the hold monster will not be off for this strike.
That's fair.
Is it at least a surprise?
Yes, we're still ruling it as a surprise round. The baby didn't alert anything. It just seemed more curious about what it's looking at.
Well, Pandora didn't know that. And she took no chances.
I don't blame you.
Yeah. But
Yep.
that's the correct way we did it. So you got to do it in succession.
17 to hit.
I do believe that's still
Well-
a solid connection. Yes.
Yeah. Well, you'd have advantage since it's a surprise, but
I did
either
roll
way, it still
advantage.
hits.
I rolled advantage, don't worry. Beyond 20 lets me customize it. You may not see that it rolled twice, but it did. It's just taking the highest one.
Okay.
Does
But just showing
hit,
here,
though.
you rolled a 19. So
Oh, it did show it. Nice.
Give me your damage, please.
11 points of slashing damage, and here comes the fire. Did it pop through or no?
I don't see the slashing damage yet.
Yeah.
I thought he updated that. He said he did.
Did you click the weapon on
Supposed to-
Roll20 or on?
Supposed to be able to do it through through D&D Beyond.
Yeah, they've been making a lot of updates on there.
Sorry, just looking through the settings. Like, what did I not click?
I mean, I think you can do it in Roll20 now that the attack rolls rolled. You just click the button, it's there.
There it goes.
there it goes.
Much better
Nice
damage.
damage.
But that one's not going through, so I have to roll that one manually.
Oh, the additional damage.
And then the fire damage, please.
6.
Nice. And
For a
as
total of 23
you
damage.
sink in with your scythe, then you'll hear like a bit of like the feathers start to become singed as they burn away as your blade sinks into the flesh, and you can feel it kind of like pulse with its heartbeat, and then also its muscles as it tense, and you can see it beginning to rise to its feet. And then with that, the banishment that you're looking to cast, Kroot, I just want to make sure that I have this right. So I'm going to probably repeat a lot of what you guys said, so I apologize. But I just want to make sure you're looking to banish the one that's towards your west side, correct?
Yes.
Got it. And then Rixian, you were looking to do hold monster.
On the one that
I
Pandora
was going to
damage.
say Raven's attacking, but yes, the one that Pandora's attacking. And then Raven, what were you looking to do?
I was looking to be lifted up by my troll on top of the nest where Pandora is.
How would that work?
Okay. So, as like just as like Pandora's swinging down the scythe and connecting into the rock, that is when like Kroot, you and Rixian will both like cast your spells. Now's the time. So for banishment you linked for me. I appreciate it. Is a charisma saving throw.
Sir. Yes, DC 16.
Sorry, ignore that. That is not working. I don't know how to get that to work.
Ooh, just missing on the banishment. And this one fades.
Yes.
I thought you meant the other way when you said misses. I was like, no.
Yes, I was thought too at first. I was like, oh no.
There you go. Now you can see the egg that it was sitting on.
Jeez.
That thing's huge.
It's the size of the trolls.
And Rixian, hold monster is a wisdom save. Just want to make sure getting these rights, not getting anything mixed up.
Yep, wisdom save.
And that is, oh my gosh, I need more lights in here. A 13. I thought it was an 18 for a second, but it looked odd.
It will fail.
This one, as like it just starts kind of like growing and like tensing up Pandora, as like you feel like the scythe kind of like tense and be starting to pull up. It'll just weaken, relax, and fall back into the nest once more. And
Hell yeah.
for you to
How
get
tall is
the guy or the troll to get you to get picked up and then over there and on the nest, that would be the whole round for you.
Okay.
Especially
Well-
taking into consideration the language barrier.
Question then: How much of an action would it be to just climb up?
Depending on like an athletics check
Or acrobatics?
or acrobatics.
Or just athletics? Could I try that instead? Or is that an action too?
It's gonna be an action as well.
Rather just have the troll with me up then. Never mind.
Yeah, at least this way you don't have to worry about not or attempting to climb.
Yeah. I was curious if I could just jump, as part of my movement and just not use my action, but I got you. Do I get a bonus action at all?
I'm gonna say that like it took you the entire time to convince the troll,
Okay.
like hoist, and kind of like looking at you a bit like sluggishly, and then eventually picking you up and getting you over there.
Okay. No worries.
I want to make sure that I have all that, and then include the trolls and.
I actually rolled a pretty good initiative for once.
Yeah.
I nat one,
rolled
which is the
terribly.
theme for this week, apparently.
I say I rolled bad too. For
Oh.
having a +7 initiative, that's pretty terrible.
Crew, you have no idea. 4 nat ones in the session I played on Wednesday, and I got petrified.
Ouch.
Yep,
Ooh.
it was.
Wait,
it's
were you
been
the
a bad
naked
week of
monk?
rolls. No,
Okay,
So
sorry.
you got-
that
oh,
was
warlock.
a
You
lot
got
of chat going
stoned,
back
but
and
not
forth.
in the fun way, huh?
Yep.
That's
I
funny.
wish Jack Witcher was ripping a bong and not getting up petrified by Medusa.
Ooh, by a Medusa.
Bob Medusa.
All right.
Okay, I'm gonna warn you guys about switching the song. So I'm gonna turn down mine, give everyone a moment before I swap it to the battle music, so then this way it doesn't blow out anyone's eardrums.
All right.
I'm gonna start it up for you guys on the stream and get us into combat.
Woo.
So, crew, just as like you turn after watching Pandora sink her scythe into it and banish the rock, and then seeing the egg, and then knowing for a fact that there's at least one egg here, but there's no worry to your western front at this time, and you are being carried by this troll. What do you do?
I'm gonna turn to this rock up here to the north, and I'm gonna go ahead and cast. Where's it at? Guiding bolt on it.
Nice. What level are you going to cast this at?
Just first. And I have
does-
advantage, right?
You're doing it on the large one, correct?
Yes.
You have advantage, but it's not a crit. Only melee attacks are a crit.
Right.
Really? I don't know that.
Yep.
Okay, so I believe that is a attack roll. Ooh, nice.
21.
And some Actually, is that? Oh, I guess it's a lot lower than I thought. I thought that was decent damage.
Yeah,
It seems
it's all right.
mediocre.
Now the next person that hits him has advantage.
We already had
What is that?
advantage, but awesome.
Even
Yeah,
double
more
advantage.
advantage. So as like you kind of cast the guiding bolt, and once it like starts to connect with the very still rock's body, you can see the bolts like sink in, and then as like they do, you can see the light beginning to be absorbed into the skin as it slowly encases the creature, and it gives off a, pretty much like a nice little target for everyone to aim at.
So that auto crit thing on paralyzed, it's actually if you're within 5 feet of it. It doesn't say that's melee, but that's interesting because that means a reach weapon won't auto crit.
Kroot, anything else?
Is this a branch right here leading up to the nest?
Correct. It is.
Okay, I will instruct the troll to put me down, and I will run up the branch right there.
It's like he's like kind of like letting you down a bit. You just kind of like wait till it's like a safe distance, knowing like time is imperative, and you just like down to the ground. A little dust kicks up as like you kind of trot your way up onto the branch. It's a
Yeah,
decent
I'll
sized
hold my
branch, so you're
kilt down
good.
as my bonus action so it won't fly up. And that's it for Kroot.
All right, Rixian.
Okay. Do I see all three of them in the nest from my position?
Yes, you do.
What do the baby rocks look like they're about to do?
Give me a nature check. They look like they're about to rip out your throats. These are the most dangerous creatures you've ever seen in your entire life.
Yeah, oh god. And then I'll cast Frostbite on the south one.
Just want to double check this one right here.
Yes.
You got it.
I mean, the babies are like still direwolf sized, so it's not like it's,
Horse size, yeah.
they're still bigger
And
than you.
That is an 8 on the save, so it will take the damage.
And it will have disadvantage on the next attack.
And as like you see like the bolt of ice like treading towards it connect, you can see the wing kind of begin to like get encased, and the quite curious cawing then goes into more of a panic, and and then as it's like attempting to flap its wing, you can see that it's having a little bit of trouble as the other one just kind of like flinters about quite violently.
Sorry, that was panic. And I'll use my bonus action to use Font of Magic and use
I like how
7.
there's just numbers first too.
Yeah, those are the sorcery point costs, and
That
I
makes
will
sense.
use 7 sorcery points to regain a 5th level spell slot.
Nice.
Damn.
Very nice.
That is the
Very good
fattest
call.
stat block, I swear.
Sorcerers, man, they're my favorite.
They really like made sure to space it out on like the detail.
Like, why?
All right, so is that all of your sorcery points?
I have 2 left.
Yeah, it's 1 per level of sorcerer.
So that's
Gotcha,
it.
gotcha. All right, so like as you kind of cast that, you feel like a bit of like energy fleet from your body, and then regain it almost in like a surge, and more returning than what had left.
Smart move.
And this one, after hearing its sibling call out, it will make its way over, perching itself up onto like the edge, as it kind of just like hops and like grasps some of the branches with its talons, and it will go ahead and attempt to attack you there, Raven, with
Alright.
a swipe from its talons for a 7, missing wildly, and then attempting to take a peck at you with its beak. And that is a natural 20.
He's gonna
Oh,
pecker
man.
you.
Pecker.
And
He peckered you
will
good.
take a total of 11 damage as it pierces right
Ooh.
through your armor, and like a bit of like you can feel like a bit of the tip of like the beak kind of just
Just
like
the tip.
pierce your skin, and you can feel the blood starting to like trickle
Oh
down.
my god.
Good lord.
Just the tip.
You absolute degenerates.
Yep.
And that will be the end of that one.
It's a lot of damage for a baby.
Now everybody
mean-
watch
Oh, on
as
a-
it
on a crit?
succeeds.
Yeah, not bad
I was
damage on
going
a
to roll,
crit.
bro.
Now watch as this rock will now succeed on its wisdom saving throw, and I never get the crit.
That is
So-
a 15 on the save, so I believe that is still a fail, and it
It
is
is, yep.
still held tightly
Nice. Yes.
in its
Yes.
nice, cozy, not so safe nest. Oh. As it kind of just sits there. Crute. An 11 doesn't pass your spell save, correct? Just double checking.
No.
Alright, just making sure. Raven, it's your turn.
Alright. Bonus action. Activate my blade song. And I move up. And I will booming blade. Actually. No. Let's do. Let me double check. I think it only hits 1 creature, but if I do green flame blade, yeah, it only hits
That leaves-
1. Yeah, but only hits one of them though, not both. Yeah, let's do green flame blade. With my rapier attack. So I will roll, and it's still paralyzed, so it's advantage on the roll, right?
And it auto crits.
Yeah. So advantage and attack. So I mean 28,
Misses.
assuming that hits.
That's a fat miss, bud.
Yeah.
Like don't roll damage at all.
All right. So now that is, what is that? 4 and 14 is 18, and then I gotta roll the D8 and 2d6 again. So I'll just do that over here.
Weren't we just doubling it in your case?
Okay.
Oh, that's
Just
right. Is that
doubling
easier
it,
to do
yeah.
that? Let's
For
just
you,
do
yeah,
that.
it was
double
easier
it.
that
Double
we
what
were
you
just
roll.
doubling it.
Okay, so that's
Yeah.
so it's
36.
36 minus the modifier the second time, so 32.
Yeah.
And then now I got to do the fire damage real quick. So that is 2d8s. So that's 4 if you double it, and then the let's say this one in the south takes the splash
I have
damage.
40 damage in total right now.
Yeah, and then the one in the south takes the splash damage from the green flame blade. So it's the same thing, 4 plus my modifier on the one that bounces to. So that's 8 fire
And
damage.
which one's
to
it
the one
bouncing
in the
to?
south. The one that's already hit, yeah.
Got it. Just double checking.
And I think that's it for me.
And as like you kind of connect with your rapier, and like you see like the flames kind of like bounce and going from feather to feather, and then leaping over towards the smaller baby rock just below its parent, what you presume. You'll see like it kind of get hit, and it'll let out a bit of the like, "Wah!" And some of the burnt feathers kind of start falling on the nest, and you can see a bit of like the nest kind of like spark and then quickly
Uh-oh.
rip out.
Oh shit, I didn't think about that. Alright, I'm done. Yeah.
All right. Troll 1. Make it to there. Well, you know, he'll just use, because he's not going to be able to climb on the next turn without using his action to like kind of like hurl himself over. So he might as well use his action here to close the gap. This one, Rixian, you get some nice free movement as this one kind of carries you over as it makes its way. And with you in its hand, it'll kind of like draw one claw back to swipe at the baby rock, connecting with the first hit and then missing with the second. But it will deal some nice damage to it. A total of 6.
So the KFC is BFC is big fucking chicken.
And then just looks at you, quite curious what you would like to do.
I would encourage his behavior.
Okay, so he's still holding on to you then as we move on
Yeah.
to the next one. And seeing these both at the top and being, you know, quite tall themselves, we'll be able to like kind of like reach with its club and take a swing at it. I don't think a 11 is gonna do it. No, it is not. It will take one more attack. Ugh, not rolling good on the trolls tonight. Just a 9 on that one.
9.
Using movement, getting to here, then to here. And then he will start his climb. This one is way over there. 2 attacks. That one's a 13, which hits, and that one is a 16, which hits. And that'll be a total of 12 and then 10, so 22 damage.
Oh shit.
Damn.
And then
Nice.
you see this one just as like you all kind of had like your attention on the larger one out of like your peripherals, Pandora, Rixian, and Raven, you see a club raise up, and you can see this clear as day as you're making your way up like the branch, and he just begins to like smash and hears wah! Wah!
The nest is sentient. The nest is sentient. It's a mimic.
It's a mimic.
There's a rock underneath the nest that we didn't know.
That's the biggest fucking mimic I've ever seen.
It's a mimic
And this
nest.
one will just like move here looking for somewhere to go.
Not really finding it.
Yeah, being quite unsure, and just lets out a bit of a roar. Little baby rock dead, and Pandora, it's your turn.
Oh, I think you know what I'm going to do, DM.
You're gonna
take 2
Turn
swings.
on your team and reveal that you're actually the evil guy,
You're gonna
How'd you
beg
know?
for mercy.
because we've been talking about it all week. Just kidding. I'm imagining that you're gonna hit it, or at least attempt to. Just the way you're rolling, who knows?
Take a 27
Oh.
hits.
There you go.
Oh,
It's a real crit. Wait,
It
was
is
that
a real
double
crit.
crit?
double crit. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Pandora. You just used up 2 natural 20s in one roll.
He rolled a 17. It's not an accident.
No, they're 2 17s. Very
Oh.
funny.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's right. You have the auto crit on. I get you.
Oh, okay.
You tricked me, you son of a.
Me too.
Why is the damage not critting?
Because your scythe feels bad for the rock. For some reason.
Did it roll 2 of them?
It says
It did not.
rolling 1d12 plus the 6.
Just double it.
Yeah.
So 32
Yeah,
points
32.
of slashing damage.
Nice.
And then here comes 8d4.
Yeah, I was just kind of reading out loud, and then it just confirming it did only roll 1. And the 8d4
For
for
an
a
additional
17
7.
is 49. Is that
A
right?
lot of ones.
Yeah, 49.
Yep.
Yep.
And that's only my first attack.
Oh,
Using it.
okay.
Whee!
Well, I guess I should just like let you roll them all out and then combine them together. Might be a little easier.
19 to hit.
19 hits.
Or 24, I guess. Sorry. 24 to hit.
Oh, that.
Well, yeah, the 24 misses, but the 19 does. Which one do you want to go with, bud?
Oh, God.
Both of them, same time. Roll me the double damage.
The double D.
Beyond 20, I thought he had updated and fixed a bunch of stuff, but everything's going wrong over here.
Double D's nuts.
Ha.
not even like a full laugh. Yes, Pistol, he is making up for those ones on Wednesday with the
You know
auto
what?
crit while this rock is held. Yes, that's a great charisma check in the midst of combat.
Oh my God, why is this not working?
I have it rolled a 6, but it didn't even roll the dice, it just did your modifier.
No. Oh my God. I think he fucked up more in this last update than he fixed.
Can you not just click your great axe and then roll? Is that what you're trying to do? 15 slashing
Okay.
damage and then the 6 from the critical.
Lame. So 21 points of slashing.
And then roll me the 8d4 again.
For an extra 21 points of damage.
That's 42 total for that one.
Yep, 42.
For a total of what? 82 damage?
Yeah, I think so.
No,
The
it's
last
more
one
than
was,
that.
I think the last one was no.
It's
I think the last one
91.
was 40.
Yeah, the last one was 32. It was 49 for the last one.
Holy
From
shit.
from my damage or from?
No, from me.
So
From Pandora. and
what
then-
else?
Yeah, it's 91 points total.
I could quicken cast something.
Do you have action surge?
He does. You guys just long rested.
Oh, fucking action surge. Hell yeah.
You're welcome.
Might want to save that for the next bird.
Yeah.
Out of sight, out of
good
mind.
No, I'll save it. I'll save it for the next bird. I'll end my turn. I
To
think
be
that's good.
honest, because I'm looking on like a player view for like my main thing, and then I have like my DM screen up on like a different window. I actually kind of forgot there was another one near myself. So
I end my
that's
turn.
gonna be it, Pandora. Okay. I just want to
I
double
think
check.
91 damage is a pretty good turn.
Debatable, right? Depends on like how much of like an overachiever you want to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Kurt, back at the top of the turn order, just round 2 in the fight. This rock is almost done. The baby is dead, and the other one is probably quick to follow, I'd imagine.
Okay. I'm going to run up to it, swing my hammer. Hopefully it'll meet its fate.
May do just that.
23 to hit for 15 points of damage.
Is that doubled already?
No, so that would be 30.
Nice.
Just want to make sure you guys are getting each of your damage in.
Is it still alive?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll swing again.
Connecting
24 for
solidly.
36 more points of damage.
Nice. I mean, I know that your character is like literally like a walking gym, but you're proving it here, sinking in 2 great strikes with your warhammer, and it is like the boot sinks in. You just can like hear it kind of like crunching and cracking some of the bones as like you connect solidly with 2 of your swings, and it is still sleeping or I mean just kind of hanging out.
Okay, well that's it for Crew.
Probably just see its eyes full of terror at this point as it's being brutally fucking murdered without being able to do a single
Uh-huh.
thing.
Rixian.
Alright, so he'll just use Shocking Grasp on the baby rock. Uh-oh.
Does a 12 hit? You know, you would have crit
No.
with that if you would have moved over to the.
A
Big
12 does not.
Well, I'm not worried about the... And I will, Oh, fuck, I have to stay right here, don't I?
Are we using flanking rules?
Yes, we
Oh,
are.
yeah, you get advantage.
Oh,
Because if we are, the troll is giving you advantage.
So is Raven.
4. Oh my god.
13 hits though.
That's good.
Nice.
12 damage. And it can't take reactions, so I'm gonna move. Alright, I'll move, right here.
Give me a athletics check. You're like making a way around.
Yeah. God, can I just roll
Yes.
high already?
So like as like you're running around,
9.
like you can hear like the cracks of like the nest from its like brittleness just like kind of like snap underneath your feet, but you're able to like hold your balance as like you maneuver about on the edge.
Aren't these twigs actually like trees? I'm assuming, since they're, you know, rocks.
Yes, but very dried out and brittle.
Yeah.
Is that it for your turn?
I will use my bonus action to spend a 3rd level spell slot to get 7 sorcery points back.
What the fuck?
Do what now?
Oh, sorry, 5 sorcery points, not 7.
Oh, okay, well you still have 7 again, so holy shit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so,
obvious.
smart.
so
very
you
smart.
expend the spell slot to regain some of your points. You feel like that
Yep.
same
Yes.
kind of energy kind of like dwindle from your body, and then like you regain it in a more powerful format.
I'm finally getting the hang of this, man. And now on my turn.
Well, little baby's turn. We'll attempt to do rinse and repeat. 12 towards you, Raven, and then a natural 1.
I was gonna say, are you
Oh.
freaking kidding me? Did he crit me again?
You like how I drew that out for you?
Yeah, I know, right?
So
Got
both of
him.
his attacks are misses as he like tries to swing at you with like the talons, and just his inexperience in combat or life in general is showing, and he is unable to connect, and then tries to do the beak since he had more success with that, but just falling short as well as you just take like a slight step back and dodge the attack.
It's like caw, motherfucker.
Wisdom save,
Wisdom
here we go.
saving throw time.
Natural 1.
That is a 18.
It
Oh.
breaks, damn it.
I mean, it's the end of its turn, though. I don't
Yes,
think
it
it's
is
gonna
at the
get
end
it.
of its
Yeah.
turn, if I'm not mistaken, when I was reading it.
Yeah, it
It's-
is.
So,
Yeah.
That takes up
We
its whole
just-
action.
as
We just don't get to crit anymore.
you just
No.
see, like, this rock kind of, like, twitch its wings a bit as, like, some of the loosened feathers that you've created kind of, like, fall, and as it, like, makes its way slowly to the nest as the feather sets. You'll see the rock kind of, like, set its talons underneath it and begin to regain a footing. And
So wait, is it my turn?
Yep.
no, it is actually I just put it on like a different layer and like not removed from the turn order, but it's the rock's turn that is banished. And
No. No, he's banished for a whole minute. He doesn't get a save.
oh, I thought they got saves on each one. I'm sorry,
No.
I was rolling saves for it.
Yeah, no, banish is nasty.
Well, I was just gonna.
Yeah.
I mean, I was gonna say like you just preemptively called your natural 1 because the save I rolled for it was a natural 1.
Nice.
But I mean, it doesn't matter either way. So, but yes, it is
Yeah.
still your turn.
Yeah.
Right, or now
Unless I
it's your
lose
turn,
concentration on the spell, then it lasts for the whole minute.
Sorry, my mistake. I misread it and I thought it said that it got saves.
So
No worries.
My bad.
I did want to ask, since it just made the save at the end of its turn, does that mean it's still prone?
Yes, it's still prone.
Okay, so then I still get advantage on my attack. It's just not an auto crit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
It
I
was
wanna
like
make sure.
just beginning to like move its feet underneath, but it's still prone.
Okay, this time I'm gonna do a booming blade attack. Oh, 24 to
24
hit.
hits.
So,
Yeah, DM in my other game said I couldn't use Booming Blade and attack in the same action.
What?
what,
What?
that's
Yeah.
what the spell says is you have to.
That's what I told him. It's
Yeah.
part of the action. And he's like, no, you
anyways.
could either cast a spell or make the attack.
All right.
He's
So
hot.
that 16 piercing damage and
Yeah. Oh, did that
8
not?
thunder
Ooh,
damage.
Nice.
If he moves. If he moves.
He's.
okay.
Are you level 5 in your wizard?
I mean, yeah, but it's actually not. It's based on your total level for the
Right. Yeah, it's on the total level.
Then the total level still for cantrips. So it actually like
Yeah.
at level 5, I think if I'm not mistaken, it does get the D8 thunder damage added
On the initial
attack.
hit, and if it moves, it
Moves,
takes
it'll
2
be
d8s
2
instead of
D8s.
1.
Oh,
Yeah.
got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Yeah. So, and when we hit level 11, I'll get 2 d8s on initial hit and 3 when if it moves.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there's,
no worries.
there's like a cantrip progression with it still, even though it's like 0 in the beginning. You
Yep.
go from 0 to 1.
Yep.
No,
This
so that was
is
a total of
looking
16,
rough
24.
for the Rock. Very
Mhm.
favorable for each of you.
Mhm.
But this Rock is barely hanging on. It looks to be in much worse condition than its baby.
Mhm.
At the end of your turn, Raven.
Yes. Sorry.
They'll kind of make their ways up. And then this one, swing twice at it. Connecting once. And connecting twice, but just barely on that one.
Oh, the troll gets the kill. Oh god.
On the baby.
Maybe
Oh,
not.
the baby.
Rolling 2 ones on the damage dice. But, oh, yep, with its modifier, it's just enough. Dealing the damage just needed to take out the baby.
Oh, this is on the big. Oh, it is on the baby. I thought you meant the big one on the other one.
I honestly don't want the trolls to get the final kill on the big rock.
Right. I'd like you to get it with the scythe.
Right?
See what actually happens.
Okay, progressing through the trolls' turns. The others being quite uncertain what is still kind of going on. We'll just
Ender will hold her palm out to all of them.
begin to
stop.
like slowly peek over, but not moving. Moving us to Pandora.
Yes.
Still prone, remember.
Watch for the double nat ones. I'm waiting for it. No, natural 20.
Wait,
Ooh,
really?
Nice.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Don't need no paralysis.
No, which means that you're not going to get any loot from this rock because it's going to incinerate.
Let me flavor it. No.
I still want to see what it looks like because we've not seen it happen yet.
Well, yes, I mean, I'm gonna let you flavor the looks of it, but everyone knows the gist of it.
19 points of fire damage. It's dead, right?
It actually has negative 22 HP.
Woo! So
So flavor this up. How does it look?
Hell yeah. So the big rock just gives a pitiful kind of caw out as it at the last second looks at Pandora, and she just raises it above her head and vertical slashes with the massive flaming scythe and beheads it, and the flame just runs down its back and through its feathers like webbing on tendrils or roads on a map, and just engulfs it all across its entire body, turning it into a pile of ash. Is that good, DM?
B plus at best, I guess.
Okay.
Okay, maybe we shouldn't be standing on the bonfire, guys.
But you'll see like a bit of the nest kind of like trickle, but it's just not enough with the magic that's like kind of been infused with the fire and the flames. It burnt. You see it like as it like gets like the tips of the feathers just burn itself out after creating
Oh,
the
yeah.
ash.
Feathers burn quick.
You sound like you know this from personal experience.
I was a little bit of a pyro shithead as a kid, so yeah.
Yeah,
Been burning
I
his
was
places
too.
down.
Curtains burn quick too.
With her second attack, she looks at Raven, looks to the scythe, looks to Raven. No, I'm just kidding. No, I guess Pandora for the rest of her turn will hop down and move for 40 feet, getting ready to go to the next rock. And I'll end my turn because there's nothing else I can really do.
Yes, considering like the plan with like kind of like how I was reviewing things and used it like this, which seemed to make a decent amount of sense. When like if a creature is like banished or slept or anything of that manner, if the plan is to still keep it in like a battle and not run or anything like that, we'll keep track of it with like a turn order until progressing to the point where, for this in particular, Kroot would like to release it.
Okay, that works. Yeah, we're not going to make asses out of ourselves like we did last session.
So, like, meaning, like, Kroot, like, if, for, like, an example, if you, want to release it, at, like, what would it be, like, the top of the turn order, or, like, at the bottom of the turn order kind of thing, you each would, like, get your round off on it.
Yeah, well, I'm going to wait as long as possible.
Yeah, I
'Cause
gotcha.
At the top of the turn order is my turn, and it'll be right back.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
we've still got like 8 rounds,
still have-
7
Yeah,
rounds.
Yeah.
7 rounds, yeah.
Like, understood. I was just giving you a general example. The top,
Right,
the top
right.
was obviously not the best part to release it. So you're moving over to there, Pandora, which will then move us to Kroot.
Okay, I'm going to hop out of here. 5, 10, 20, 25. That's my movement. And can I use my action to move again? That's
Yes,
dash, right?
Yes. One of the things I did find out is you can't hold a spell because that requires concentration, but you can dash.
Right. And for my bonus action, I'm going to cast. Where's it at?
He can hold his hammer though.
Yeah.
Yeah,
technically.
this spell doesn't require holding, so.
Yeah.
I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon and hold it right over the nest here, knowing where the rock's going to come back.
Spiritual weapon concentration.
No, it's not
No.
actually.
It's not.
Oh shit.
Believe me, I've
Yeah.
already checked that. It's not
Like,
concentration.
It was like one of the things that blew me away, like when I was reading, like because of like it being a bonus action as well. It's obviously a really, really good spell.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it right here. Just a big hammer that looks
ahead.
just like Kroot's.
Okay, well, I am not going to be able to find a mace hammer, but what I'm going to do is just give you the one that I have saved normally.
Or a boot. Yeah.
one that looks
you
like
can
a
make it a boot. Yeah.
An
That
iron
would
boot.
work. Yeah. That would be even better.
Yeah, I won't be able to find that so quickly, but for convenience sake, you should have
Yeah, just put
movement of
whatever
that
out there.
one. This one right here.
Oh, okay.
You should be able to move it.
Yeah.
Is that it, bud?
That's it.
All right. Uh,
And
You can only do that, but like a certain number of times a day, or is it just
As
So
so
you're out
many
of
spell
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 slots and
slots?
sorcery points. I mean,
Nice.
Yep.
yeah.
That is a smart move.
and
Extra experience.
so I'll use my turn to basically discuss. Should I use Hold Monster? I feel like it would be cooler if I used haste on Pandora.
It's no. I like the hold monster. They die really quick. I can really dig my blade into the flesh.
Well, Kroot has hold monster as well.
That's right, you do.
Oh god.
That
It's
bird
up
ain't getting
to
the
you
fuck out of here.
guys.
Yeah.
It is up to you guys.
I would say
So,
Kroot do that, and then I'll haste you, and then after the fight, we'll teleportation back to Silver Key.
What about Sir Fluffy?
We can bring them, right?
Yeah, I believe you can bring mounts through. It's like up to 8 creatures or something like that.
There you go. I added your pile of ash.
Oh,
Ah, nice.
all right. So yeah, we'll do that.
Okay. Well, this baby one is dead. That one's dead. That one
Raven's
is
turn.
still banished. Moving it to Raven's turn.
That pile of ash kind of looks like paper mache.
I'm gonna jump down. In that case, because then I don't need to be.
Yeah, if you guys just want to like
Uh,
maneuver into position, we can judge like how many rounds that would be.
Okay. I think it would only take about one more round for Pandora to get. Yeah, it would only take her like 1 or 2 more rounds. To
I
get
mean,
right there.
assuming we're getting up there, yeah.
Yeah, and then I'll wait till like the second to last second to cast haste. So like a round
Only-
before he does it.
Remember, that's also a
Yeah.
concentration.
Can I do some kind of check to remember like its exact placement before it popped out? So you can tell me where I'll sit, so I'll be within range of it.
I mean,
Because I don't remember.
I
don't
think we
remember.
can say because of the indentation of the nest itself, where you can judge.
yeah. Give me an intelligence check. I'll make the judge there and see. Oh yeah. You can see
18.
like in judging from like the indentation kind of like into like the nest and like where the egg is, you would know like where you're standing is prime location.
Me too.
Okay,
Or,
cool.
Pandora.
I mean, am I
You would need to get a bit closer about there.
okay? Okay, I didn't want to be crushed by it, but yeah.
Yeah, I would definitely guide Raven and tell him like stand there and point to this right spot.
You're not gonna fuck me, are you? At least
Why
buy
would
me
I do
dinner
that?
before you fuck me.
Why would I do that? Are you kidding me? This thing could fucking kill us all if we didn't come up with this plan.
Yes.
I point at the egg and say maybe we should get that out of the way in case it lands on it or something.
Oh
So
yes,
are we?
Bob.
Are we?
I point to Bob and point at the egg and like do a lifting kind of charade.
Carry egg, protect egg.
One will look to you, Kroot, and you can feel like its hand kind of like go on your back, and then it like just no. As the other troll begins to approach the nest.
I mean, this might take 2 trolls to lift safely.
They're pretty strong, so we'll see.
The egg is the size of the troll.
But if you don't give the troll any remark, Kroot, he'll just kind of make his way over and go help the other one, and they'll both grasp the egg. I'm gonna make a couple checks.
Maybe they could roll it.
Natural
Oh, God.
20s.
Oh, thank God.
Oh.
And they are you see them being quite easy with the egg, and Rixian, you hear them repeatedly saying aloud, save egg for Mogan. Save egg for Mogan.
I
And
can't
then-
with them.
Maybe tell them that it's a brittle thing to be gentle with it.
I think they're doing a pretty damn good job.
Well, no, I don't know if they would be aware of how fragile eggs are, but I mean, eggs are actually pretty sturdy now that I think about it, though. You gotta
Yeah,
think,
comparatively, it's pretty.
especially with this kind of egg. It's gonna be pretty thick.
Well, they're not going to
And
make it
then,
that far. They'll make it to about here.
And then I'm
before-
beckoning the other trolls to come into this nest.
It's gonna take a while to get back to town, but back to Mogan with the egg. I feel like.
I think
No,
I think if
I'm
we want all the
teleporting.
if we want all the trolls
Oh.
over here, we'll be on like round 9, I think.
No, I meant after battle,
Yeah.
like getting the egg back to Mogan. Maybe we go find Mogan and have him come here for the egg.
No, we'll go to Mogan and then we'll teleport to Silverkeep.
Fruit does have sending.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I don't have it prepared anymore.
Well, I mean,
Oh shit.
after
That's
battle,
fine.
we can rest and re-prepare. Are we the only
Alright,
two that are
so
gonna-
the only things, if no one else wants to like reposition, the only things that you would have noticed is like the trolls being like quite enamored with like the dead rocks or baby
Mhm.
ones over in like the other nest. But if you guys wish to call them over, I do agree with the aspect of it being nearing what would be round 9.
I cast haste on.
Okay. I would recast
Oh.
my blade song on the 10th round.
Only
Yeah.
thing is, if I hold my action, it turns into a reaction, but I'm hasted. Do I get 2 attacks or no?
You hold a action.
Your action is all of your multi attacks when you're holding your action to.
Yeah, but you're
It's
holding
not-
one
yeah.
action, but you also have another action.
Do you agree
Oh.
with that, Kyle?
So it says like you choose a willing creature that you can see within range, and until the ends targets, the speed is doubled, and it grants +2 to AC. It has it has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns. That action can be used only to take the attack, one weapon attack only. Dash, disengage, hide, or use an object action. So I would say, like if you were to use it to swing your scythe, it just gives you like an extra attack. If that's
Yeah, that
Well, I'm
makes sense.
saying, yeah, so I'm holding my attack action, so I get 3 attacks once the bird comes in then?
Yeah.
correct.
Yep.
Sweet. Cool.
Alright,
DM has
cool.
confirmed it.
Yep, that makes sense.
Crude. So Pandora, with the flaming scythe in her hands, kind of the light flickering off of her face, kind of silhouetting her golden glowing eyes a little bit. She'll look
I'm
at
holding my
Crude
attack too.
and just kind of
Yeah.
give a
I'm
nod.
gonna climb up here, and I'm gonna cast Guardian of Faith right in the center of the nest.
Is that concentration? I thought you were going to cast
No.
Hold Monster.
I can't. It's not concentration.
Holy shit. So you have a spiritual weapon and a Guardian of Faith up there at the same fucking time?
And neither
Yes,
of them are
sir.
concentrations.
Oh
Yep.
my god.
I mean, if you're able to set up ahead of time, clerics are nasty
Yeah.
with that.
That is
Yep.
so nasty.
And then I'm gonna wait for it to appear. Once everybody's ready, I'll drop the spell
And then cast Hold Monster.
and then cast Hold Monster. Yes.
Sweet.
As soon as it appears.
And we're worried about a fucking cloud.
We're not going to get this much prep with Dickalar, dude.
I'm kidding.
Well, not to mention he's gonna have actually good saves.
Ah!
so-
Where'd the Goliath come from?
That's the Guardian.
Oh, okay.
Oh, were you being serious?
I actually thought you were joking. Like, I just made it like, it says a large, but it's obviously it looks cooler when it's huge.
Okay, that freaked me out for a second. I was like, Mogun appears, and he says, "You have transgressed against us," or something like that. So,
All right. So, if the plan is to release him at I'm sorry, I don't know why I keep saying the beginning. At the end of like the turn or the round for round 9, he would be appeared, and then it will be each of your turns as we move down towards it.
okay, does Kroot's hold monster go off?
It's his turn if he's releasing it just before, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
yeah.
Right.
Like, while this, like, I mean, I guess it's kind of like a surprise round because, like, it still goes through everyone's turn. But we're just going to follow it along with the turn order since it's pretty much in that order anyways.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's not. It's
So
not
that way we're
exactly
not
the same.
overcrowding each other when we're talking.
Yep.
Yeah.
Sounds
So,
good.
so if he wasn't casting hold monster, we wouldn't be getting advantage or anything on this. That's the difference between.
Yeah,
this
yeah,
and
but
the surprise round.
he's going for, like, I'm just using, like, the turn order as, like, the aspect of, like, because he
No,
would
yeah.
be first, and so he can cast hold monster if that is the plan, and then
No, I
we'll move
understood. I
down
was
to
just-
you guys.
I was just pointing out for like stream's sake and stuff like that.
Yep, I understand. I'm just clarifying as well.
Cool. So,
So,
give us
Kroot,
that wisdom saving throw.
It reappears and just confirming you are casting hold monster as you drop the spell, correct?
Yes, sir.
All right. I don't want to assume. I would rather
These-
clarify.
DC 16.
Unfortunately, this one does not work
Oh,
on a natural 20 on the
Oh.
save.
Wow.
Oh.
damn.
Can I roll an insight check on that?
Yeah, it sounded like Kyle was rolling 2 dice and gave it advantage for some reason. That's what I
Uh
heard.
huh.
Cloud
I
the
did
dice,
too.
so you don't know what it is.
All right. So, down that order, right, for the surprise?
Yep,
So the
Rixian.
next people would be Rixian, then moving into Raven and Pandora.
Damn, we don't get advantage.
I don't think it worked, guys.
Oh shit, here we go.
So, do I get advantage since I'm
Oh.
flanking with the Guardian?
Before
Unfortunately
we
I don't
not.
move
think
on,
so.
before we move on, my spiritual hammer would get an attack, and my spirit guardian.
Correct. Roll me your attack for your spiritual weapon, and then the guardian is a dex save.
Yes.
Mhm.
Yes. I want to
That
let me
is
click on
a,
spiritual weapon.
15, which I believe is a fail for you.
Yeah. So he takes 20 points of damage.
Oof.
It's okay if I just move off the health bar so everybody can see it.
Yeah, that hits.
Yes,
Oh,
it
wait.
does.
Yeah. So he takes 12 points of damage.
Nice.
So
So
a
that's
total of
32 total.
32 as like it reappears. You attempt to cast the spell. Unfortunately, you can just kind of feel it like fizzle out, and just know that it didn't work as like the rock is still moving about. You move your spiritual weapon forward, and as like the boot from your mace connects solidly to its underbelly, you can hear it like let out like a bit of air, and then your spiritual guardian conjurement strikes down with yet, I'm assuming, another iron boot mace.
Yeah. Warhammer. Yep.
just making sure. And it like you can see it like hit, and as like it hits, like some of the boot from the warhammer like kind of like evaporates into like a bit of a mist, and then as it like pulls itself back up, you can kind of see it reform it together, creating a perfect boot once more.
Nice. Good
Nice.
flavor.
And that is a decent amount of damage.
Insight.
is that going to be it for you?
Yes, that's it.
All right. And then Rixian and Raven.
All right. I will move.
I mean,
Here.
you could get flanking on the opposite side from me.
I don't want to. And I will cast lightning bolt straight through him.
Nice.
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 Ooh, white lightning.
4th level.
It always
Ooh,
scares me with how
38.
many dice it is.
It keeps doing it twice. I don't know why. So
38 is fucking
38.
crazy.
Deck save. A 3.
Damn, 38 points of damage.
Yeah.
Damn, son. We're still doing pretty good considering it, you know.
And as
isn't
the
paralyzed.
lightning like kind of like streaks out, you can see it as it like pierces through it, and you can smell like the feathers just kind of like singe from the heat from the lightning, and it like strikes the wall in the back as a few of the rocks kind of fall and crash along the cave floor below.
There's more rocks.
No, just like actual rocks.
I know.
You disturbed a hidden hive.
Yeah, that'll be it.
All right, Raven, give me
That
yours.
was good.
All right. So, can I move on my turn?
Mhm.
Okay, so I'm going to just, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25 to get flanking, right?
Sure.
Is that flanking? Okay.
Like
And
as long as the
then-
line goes directly through the creature and meets a
I think.
ally.
Does that?
Good.
It looks like that does.
Yeah, I would
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I was just
Okay.
explaining like how I like look at it.
Sure. And then I will I'm gonna do something a little different here. I'm going to bonus action cast Shadow Blade at 3rd level. Wait, can I do that at 3rd level? Actually, no, it has to be 4th level for that to matter. I think. Wait. No, yeah, I can do it at. That's right. Okay, cool. So yeah, 3rd level, and then use my action for a Booming Blade attack with the Shadow Blade. So this is a there we go, cast.
I feel sorry for this thing too.
Yeah. So this is not advantage, right? Or yeah, it is because we're at the.
You're on the flanking.
Yep. All right, please tell me that goes through. Why did that not roll the attack roll? Okay, whatever. I'm just gonna roll my normal. So it's just gonna be 1 less than this because my attack modifier is. Here we go. It's 1 less than that, so it's still a 25 to hit.
Yeah, that's
But the
way more than
No,
enough.
12
misses.
psychic damage
Completely
plus
misses.
sneak attack. Wow, that was terrible. 4 piercing. And booming blade damage. 2 thunder. Wow, that was really bad. Alright. So that's 18 total damage.
Yes, connecting solidly with the rapier.
Wait, no, it didn't have my modifier. My dex modifier on the Shadow Blade. So 22. 23, sorry.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know why that doesn't add that, but that's it. I'm done.
All right, and then Pandora. And I appreciate you guys like doing it like this again, so it's just not like mainly not as cluttered in the comms.
Sure.
Pandora.
All right, now that it's my turn, I just got raided twice. Thank you so much, guys. I got raided by Cyrus Lightshard and Fiery Angel 020. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you so much for the follows. Just to give you guys a little bit of an update what's going on, we had a rock banished. We summoned it back, tried to do hold monster, it failed, but I am currently hasted, so I'm about to unleash 3 attacks on this thing with Wicked Sight. Oh, thank you so much for the follow. Anyway, I'm gonna take my turn. Sorry.
Not to
Man.
mention your troll squad.
You never thanked me this much for the haste.
I know, right?
Where's my thanks?
All right, so first attack, and this is not at advantage because it did not get hold monster off. Check my Beyond 20 settings.
I just realized I'm missing a D8 on that psychic damage. It didn't roll it at 3rd level for some reason.
First attack, 24.
Nice.
Go ahead, roll me your D8 and I'll add it on you. You're right, it'll only do 2D8.
Yeah.
Ooh,
So,
not
it's another
great.
wow, another 1. Are you kidding me?
Wait.
Dang, it all adds up, man.
Yeah.
Why
Not
won't
great
this
on the
work?
slashing damage.
Okay, what else?
All right, and then 6 points of fire damage for the
Mm-hmm.
first attack. Second attack is I'm rolling so good. 29 to hit.
Nice.
That is another solid connection with your scythe. As the fires like burn into its feathers a bit more and it lets out more of a squall as it can feel its life fading.
Are you flanking with
Hell yeah.
somebody?
He is. Or she
Oh,
is,
I
yes.
am. Okay, I'll see if I crit.
Crit check. No.
224s, we'll call it. For the lulz.
No, I did not crit. Did that second one go through? No, of course not. I don't know why it's doing that to me. I didn't crit. Don't worry about it. Okay, so that's my second attack. Or my first. Uh-oh. No, okay, so yeah. Second attack is 10 slashing damage. With 10 points of fire damage. Not bad.
No.
And my final hasted attack. Oh, I rolled so good. 27 to hit.
Mm-hmm. Nice, all solid connections.
Nice.
18 slashing damage.
And crit chance.
Right.
And you still have action surge.
Nope. Oh my god, I do have action surge. Oh, this is about to get so insane.
Fun.
Mm-hmm.
Alright. 12 points of fire damage.
Nice.
I will
Nice.
action surge and take 6 attacks.
Yep.
Jesus.
Fighters, man. Especially hasted. Oh, they're deadly.
Honestly, man, with the way you're rolling, I think you might be able to kill it.
Ooh, that's not so good.
The
I think
16 hits.
17.
17 hits, yes.
You might as well be a pure fighter at this point.
Okay, I'm clicking the damage. It's not working for some reason. There
There
we
it
go.
goes.
Okay, just clicked on a different
Even
one. So
roll
17
20 feels
slashing
bad
damage.
for this rock right now.
Yeah. As soon as it
Roll
appeared,
20
they
is
got.
lagging.
As soon as it appeared, it got gang banged.
9 points of fire damage.
Damn.
26 on top of that.
My
Nice.
final attack.
You're,
Holy shit.
you're a freaking fire ass.
No, you have 2 more attacks.
Natural 20!
20.
Yes!
Nice.
There it is.
I don't know if you get that 3rd attack on the action surge though.
Yes, I
There's
do.
one- it says
Yeah,
once
you
per
do, yeah.
turn.
Yep, I get
Yeah,
a
but
full 2 attacks
Yeah,
on my
full
action
complete
surge.
action. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I play a fighter in another game. He does.
22 points of slashing damage.
Mm-hmm. Then 8d4 for the doubling on the extra fire damage.
Holy shit.
15 points of fire damage.
Shit. I am counting 37 in total for that one.
Have you ever witnessed
Woo!
murder?
I love this moment as Pandora so much. That's it. That's it for my health. My health action.
Can we just say we killed this thing? I mean, there's
It's
no
not
coming
yet.
back from that.
I am interested to see who gets the killing blow.
Me too.
So with that, the trolls at that point would have just moved into like these positions as being a little unsure of what exactly each of you were prepping for, and then attacking, and just kind of like stumbling along till reaching like the edges of the nest and peering along. And from their looks, they feel that you guys got this. And they will just begin to like cheer as they like raise their clubs and in like
their
kind of like a
pom-poms.
power roar.
Ooh, I just had some excellent flavor for how this looks. So Pandora, as soon as the thing appears, just immediately goes into this beautiful kind of fire dancer looking display of swings as she swings this scythe above her head and behind her back, and she probably tosses a spin in there because that's what she does. And you just see just a streak, a line of fire, just coursing around her like one of those, I can't remember what they're called, like a geoball or whatever they're called. And you, alongside that, you see like a line just follow behind her golden glowing eyes as she does this vicious dance with this scythe.
Nice.
The trolls peek over the nest. It's like, what's happening? And there's just a fried chicken in the middle.
Yeah, I mean at this point it almost is some giant fried chicken.
And then I think that'll take us to Kroot's turn.
And yes, then this is where we'll start moving down on the turn order again, going to Groot.
Okay, the rock didn't get a turn.
Not yet.
No,
It's
no,
after
no.
me.
We were just following like
Okay.
the turn order for like your surprise round, so we weren't like over talking on each
okay,
other.
I got you. I got you. Okay. Well, he has to make a dexterity saving throw for the spirit guardian.
And he is hot on the 2. So that is another
Okay, so he takes
20
another 20
damage.
points. Yeah. And then I'll do my spiritual weapon.
Jeez.
24 is
Just-
another
just-
solid connection.
And then I'm going to use guiding bolt. Where's it at? I can't see it. Oh, there it is. At 3rd level.
Nice, nice.
And I'll use
Oh my god.
if
What is that? Excuse me?
That's the auto crit, I think. 12d6.
Oh no!
so another 17 points of damage.
Yes, the 19 connects and dealing the 17 radiant damage as its body becomes encased in the light once more as each of the bolts kind of sink in, this time a bit more rapidly with the increased number of bolts connecting to this rock.
Yeah. And that is Kroot's turn.
And this rock is looking pretty bad. As it's got itself fully encased in this light, and you can see it's like crushed like bodies parts as like the bones are kind of like very brittle and snapped, some even kind of protruding out of the feathers at this point as other feathers already loosened from the previous blows lay about on the nest. Rixian, it's your turn. This is your moment.
So, Rixian, feeling very nervous that this creature is not being subdued by a hold monster for once, is very nervous it might lunge towards Pandora or Raven, and figures it needs to be killed immediately as soon as possible. So he'll concentrate as much as he can into one lightning bolt and heighten cast it.
Oh, shit.
Nice.
Oh, shit.
Good call.
gonna roll freaking twice because it's broken like that.
It only rolled once.
Oh, for once it did. Sweet.
Yeah.
So it rolls at disadvantage.
Did we even need the
Disadvantage.
trolls?
Oh, well, I mean, I didn't want them to take your glory. But as again, they feel that you're quite proving yourself to be the formidable warriors that you did claim to be, and proving yourself and kind of redeeming the way they look at you with slaying their troll brethren, and then
It was
helping
on accident.
them.
It was on accident, chat.
Well, that's debatable. I just want you to know with the disadvantage you called, it did make a drop a 20, and then the other one is a 12, failing the deck save.
Oh, you're right.
Nice.
Please tell me
Oh.
that's a killing blow.
Can you explain what a heightened spell does?
It invokes disadvantage on
And
saving
then
throws.
can you also
Ah,
describe
nice.
how you kill it as your lightning bolt
Nice.
pierces the rock?
Nice.
Okay, so feeling the power of the storms around me, my hair is kind of just floating upward, and I'm holding both my hands extended outward. And as this bird, I'm pretty sure visibly angry and screeching for this next attack, will take a lightning bolt straight through the neck and basically choking it with like a static grasp all around its neck and through its eyes, and just exploding them. And the bird is just very still for about 5 seconds, and then it just, the brittle bones that was trying to keep it together just shatter from inside its body, and it just collapses into a heap.
Damn.
Nice. Nice.
With a thud as it kind of like hits into the nest, and you hear some of the bits and pieces kind of crack underneath its weight. It is dead.
Hey, we didn't set this nest on fire.
Holy
No.
fuck, that was close. I mean, not close at all. We freaking killed him, dude.
Well, it was gonna get a turn and try to fly away probably. So it was a good thing we killed it when you did.
Okay, is the egg okay? Please tell me it's okay. And he'll look around.
As you look over, you can see that the trolls had like not made it very far, carrying the egg away, and looking back, just every now and then.
I want to search the nest.
Good idea.
Give me an investigation check. If anyone
Okay.
who's proficient is assisting him, make it at
Yeah.
advantage.
You want me to assist?
Yes, please.
Because I'm quite good at
Let's check.
investigating too. Yeah.
I think Pandora is just standing there for the moment, kind of gazing at the scythe in her hands, just totally straight and upright, has a huge smile on her face, and just kind of like nods to herself.
And I put my goggles on as well to see if there's anything magical here.
19.
Okay. So as you're looking about, Crew, you will see a little bits of like remnants of bones kind of scattered about in the nest, and on some of these bones you'll see that there's like leather pouches kind of laying near them, a bit kind of like torn. You can see a bit of shine coming from inside and around like where you're digging through.
Ooh,
there's-
shinies.
You continue to look around, exploring the rock nest a bit more. We'll go ahead and unmask just the last little bit that is hidden. Not too much. You'll see that there's like bits of like bones and of like humanoids and other various land and sea creatures kind of scattered about in like the nest, being picked clean of its flesh. And I will send you what you find in total. Just grabbing it one by one.
Because they could pick up people with like items and stuff on them. Oh, this is messed.
Yeah,
I didn't
that's
even
why I
think of
wanted to
that.
search the nest. Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Nice call, guys.
Not to mention the people mentioning them believing weapons from the blacksmith you spoke to in Silverkeep, thinking that they are cursed because all that have bought in it have died to the rocks.
So what was it that he found exactly? The what item?
So, I'm gonna send it, but I'm gonna describe it for you as
Yeah,
well.
sure.
It's like you're going about. This is going to be like the total of gold collected. It will take you a bit of time to collect all this, but you'll find like some like kind of like copper cloth like neatly kind of like wrapped around a bolt, seemingly unharmed, just more smelling of beast than anything else. You'll find a wooden mast during this time, lacquered and kind of like kept in like a nice pristine condition. The inside of it kind of being lined with copper, a silk tabard threaded with silver, a silver circlet set with pristinely with a nicely cut star rose quartz in the center of it as it kind of like twings and sparkles in the now faint light creeping into the cave entrance as the sun is beginning to rise. A silver armlet with a little like dragon kind of swirl upon it, and kind of just like kind of wrapping in upon itself, for like a good like reference, almost like a yin and yang like symbol, like that kind of swirl effect.
Okay. Okay.
You'll also find a nice mace and longsword, both being above averagely crafted, and a very nice longbow.
Nice.
Can I look as soon as I notice them collecting all this equipment? Do I notice anything that resembles my parents?
Nothing sticks out from like what's collected. Unfortunately, the more annoying part for this is going to be picking up all of like the scattered about gold pieces.
Right.
So this is going to take quite a bit of time to go through, like it being kind of like interweaved with like the nest, and I'm sure with like the more as you all like dig through it, finding these things, making sure you go through it thoroughly.
So we'll have to figure out if these items are cursed at all too. Right? I imagine.
Well,
I think
again,
that was
from
superstition.
from what was described, it was more of like it seems now to be more of a superstition.
Oh. Alright.
Um, Rixian will just focus on the egg's condition at this point, and then once everyone's ready, he'll be like, "All right, well, we have another long trip, and then I can lay my head in a nice toasty tavern."
Let's check out the other nest before we head out. And I'd walk over to that one.
Something burning.
This
And
will
then-
be,
And
like,
I
in
will
total
help you.
time. Like
Okay.
from the other nest is like what like this is in total.
So I'm gonna
And give you guidance.
thank you.
Yeah, I think Pandora's just escorting the trolls that are carrying the egg. She's just slowly following behind them as they start exiting it. She's just kind of like directed them, like, "Hey, come on, let's go."
They're gonna exit it.
Oh no.
Sorry. So I'm gonna put on my magic goggles again when I do the investigation check, but Kroot's helping me in guidancing. So investigation.
Yeah. So that investigation check is from like everything in here.
Oh, I thought that was just the
Oh,
one
okay.
nest. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh
I did
yeah, I'm
too.
sorry.
I
No,
did
not
too.
just one nest. That'd be a lot for one nest, but this is in total.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm assuming that covers the whole room too.
Yep. This is everything.
All right.
That's why I said like
Cool.
I'm pretty sure with like finding like this stuff like weaving in and out like it you guys spending like a little bit of time going through like everything that's here.
Sure.
Okay.
And I didn't sense anything else magical in the room at all with my goggles.
No, unfortunately not.
So, what is the plan with the trolls carrying the eggs? Are we just going to let them guide themselves back to Mogan? Are we going to escort them and we teleport back to Silverkeep? What is that?
I think it may be a good idea to escort them, but I think we need to find a way that's easier for them to carry it. Maybe a blanket. We can go buy something in town.
Aren't we supposed to go to Mogan as well?
Yes, we are.
Mm-hmm. Can I make a nature check to make sure we can keep this egg alive?
Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Because I think that's a little relevant
8.
to keeping
Well,
it warm
with
and whatnot.
us-
Like, is
With
anybody
us and
seriously
our-
injured?
I'm
Nope,
only
I-
slightly injured.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm down 11 hit points.
Yeah, I
so
mean
if
I
we're
think
going to use,
I'm sorry, I was gonna say the only person I think got hit was by the baby rock and that was Raven.
yeah, it was Raven.
It was a well planned move.
If we're going to use the teleport spell that Rixian knows, I think 8 creatures caps it out, so that's us and our mounts. So what do we want to do?
Well, I don't think it would be a good idea to have the trolls travel back on their own because we're pretty far away from their home.
No, we're going with them.
Right.
Yeah.
So
We've got to report back to Mogan.
Okay.
Once
Um,
we get near Silverkeep, someone on horse will go to Silverkeep because I'm actually low on rations, and buy something that we need there, and then reconvene with the camp, and then
Right.
continue walking.
you
To
think
Mogan.
maybe
That makes
or maybe we could get a wagon.
Yeah. Put some hay in it.
Yeah. That's
That
actually a
is
good
also
point.
possible.
And then we can or just rent it rather, because they're kind of pricey, I think. But and then have our mounts pull it.
Sure. I'll just head into town then, or actually, I'd rather not my face be shown. Raven can do that.
Question: do we know for sure that this is the only rock cave? That there aren't more?
I think we would have seen more flying around while we were journeying here, so I think we're good. I'm going to
Okay.
let all. Did we gather all the treasure that we just found, or do we need to come back and pick it up? Is that what Kyle was saying?
I was more imagining like probably it being like placed in like a collective pile. As like you're collecting everything. I mean, like Groot and like Raven were like the main ones, like
Yeah.
stating that they were looking for it. So I mean, unless they're like pocketing stuff as they move along.
I would
So
imagine.
we
we
would-
bag
so we
it
have to
up.
come. We have to come back and get it. Okay.
I would imagine we can carry that. It's mostly gold.
No, I can carry some
Coin.
stuff
Yeah.
as well.
I mean, honestly, we could just divvy it up now, and it wouldn't be that bad. It's mostly coin.
And
Okay.
and
I
a
was just
lot of these
checking, so yeah.
particular items are actually fairly light, like the circlet and the armlet.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are
Just
not
a
even
couple of
pound.
weapons. Is that bow also a +2/+2, or is that just a longsword?
That's the bow, the mace, and the longsword are both +1/+1.
Oh,
Oh, there's.
all right.
Oh yeah, let's grab the magic items at least.
Yeah. I mean, I could use a magic bow. I don't know if anybody else.
Yeah,
uses
don't forget,
bows or
like I
not.
don't count the +2/+2 as magic. I
That's right. yeah.
consider it finely crafted.
Yeah. But I could use a finely crafted bow. I don't know if anybody else uses bows or not.
No.
Nope,
I got a
I'm good.
crossbow.
But I could-
prefer a crossbow.
I could use a good ranged weapon.
Yeah, Pandora
There
just
you
holds
go.
some shadowy smoke in her hand. She says, "I
Mhm.
always use chill touch if they're too far away.
Oh, all right. Then I'll take the bow. Thank you.
It's yours." I am most curious about that circlet, though. That looks interesting.
Yeah, it might make me look pretty.
Nothing would make you look pretty.
You took the words right out of my mouth.
Guys, you guys
And
are
I'll
mean.
slap him on the back.
You guys are mean. I don't like this.
Never said they weren't.
I take it back. You are pretty. Pretty ugly.
Ooh, another one. Nice.
We're gonna go.
So I think from what it sounded like, the plan was to determine like if you can safely get the egg back. And with developing a little bit of a plan of like getting like a wagon, as long as these trolls are able to carry this egg down, excuse me, with no issue. That, I mean, to me, that seems like a pretty good plan.
Do we think a wagon could get up here?
Not up here, but to Mogan.
Well, I mean, if our mounts can get here, why wouldn't a wagon?
Would say that it because in the aspect of like it being like a bit more of like a rocky road, like if when the path is a little bit thinner in like some parts where you'd be able to like kind of maneuver just a tad bit more in like a dexterous manner. If like your wheel were perhaps catch a rock, it could easily topple.
Just making
over.
sure. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure we weren't, making an assumption, and you being like that would have been fine.
But with that, I think that this is actually a good place to call it for the night. With the aspect of each of you now being quite more relieved that these rocks that have been kind of terrorizing the town of Silverkeep have been dealt with, and then hand in hand also redeeming yourselves and paying the debt that Mogan, the Silver Dragon, had set forth.
So, I wanted to mention something. We may want to try to seek a reward for taking out the rocks from the town.
I mean, we have a bunch of stuff that we can sell, like all these feathers and different ingredients we can offer.
Well, that's
them.
my point. If we say, hey, let's, you give us a reward, they say like, sure, if you killed them, and then we were like, well, guess what? Here's proof we did.
Well, guess what? It's already done.
Yeah, exactly.
Mission complete.
Peak dust on the table.
We even
Right.
killed the babies.
At the mention of all this gold, this potential gold in the future, Pandora just begins humming and skipping happily out of the cave.
Mhm.
And then next week we'll pick it up with like everyone leaving. We'll take care of the details of if you all are going to sell the feathers then and there, or perhaps
Mhm.
use this wagon and maybe not rent it and just use it to utilize like all this extra stuff.
Can we?
Before we make the climb down back the mountain, I want to give the trolls a little bit extra security so they won't drop the egg. So I will cast enhance ability on them, on the two that are carrying the egg.
Only lasts for an hour though.
Yeah.
It's concentration.
It's all right.
If that gets us through the rocky areas, then
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean if
Okay.
he like uses it like repetitively, then I'm sure that would help a lot. But at least for like using it once that hour, they're gonna be a lot more careful.
I can use enhanced ability a couple of times as well.
Yeah. Yeah, I can do it twice more. So
Okay, but I think we
Gotcha.
are calling it here, yeah?
Yeah,
Yep.
like I'll write it down, but if someone wants to kind of set that as like a friendly reminder for themselves as well, and we'll RP that. Sure.
yeah,
This
I'll
will
type it
not
into
be
my
an
notes.
issue. Two of the trolls carrying it. They're both quite strong. They have been moving about quite freely in the mountains, with little to no issue. So
can we divvy up the gold at least?
no.
No. All right.
So in like well, I guess like picking it up almost individually, Kroot would at least have like a rough idea, but it again would be a rough idea.
Sure.
But with that, like I said, we're gonna go
I'll
ahead and
give them a
call
gold piece each.
it. This is all I found.
That's all I found,
This
guys.
is like this pile of treasure just sits behind him.
Big old bag, like Santa Claus bag over my shoulder.
But did anybody have anything to shout out? I mean, not to be mean, Pandora, but of course we'll go last. Usually we're the longer ones.
That's true.
Hmm?
But the rest of the guys don't have anything, so I don't know why you
Yeah,
do this every time.
because Rixian gives your stuff shout outs sometimes too.
Shout out to that dude Phalar Ralestina. That dude in the chat, really cool.
Okay, dude.
Really cool.
Nice self pat on the back.
See? He's nice to your chat.
Yeah, his chat is really cool.
Raven, Crute, you guys got anything?
No. Everybody have a good week.
Yeah. Maybe stay tuned. We may do some live stream of Baldur's Gate 3 this weekend.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah, I think me and Jax will be playing that right after this.
Hell yeah, we will.
So,
I put the total of the treasure we found up there in chat.
yeah, you guys found a shitload
Oh,
of stuff that had been
nice.
collected here. Not to mention the vast amount of gold that you would know that these weapons to be. The ones that you had just
Right.
bought were like hundreds of gold, but of course merchants will vary from to place to place. So I wasn't
Guys.
gonna set a gold amount on that. Maybe you're able to make them think it's worth a lot more than what it actually is. We'll
Well,
see.
I think it's even
Guys.
more than that.
I'm smelling a teleport trip to Ravenshaw and a shopping montage.
So hold on, that's 160 PP is platinum pieces, right?
Right. Yeah, I converted that into gold.
So
What
that's
compelled you to
1600 gold plus the
make that
2700 gold
bold?
is 4300, and then you've got
Yeah.
250 for the copper cloth. That's 4550. And then what is that lacquered wooden mask?
It should have
wanna
been
know what that-
3550.
I want to
Yeah.
know, was there a
That's
sword?
4800.
Did you say there was a long sword in there?
There is a long sword.
Ooh, is it? What is it?
Oh yeah, I
it's
forgot
just
to
like
add that in there.
slightly
And then
better
the silk
crafted. It's plus
Tabard,
one
the
plus one.
silver, that's another 250. That's 5050 gold.
Yeah, it should be
sword
5,450.
Yeah. What is that? Silver circlet with Star Rose quartz is another 250, 5300, and then yeah,
We can do this off stream. Yeah.
Yeah.
silver and
Jax,
Yeah.
you got anything?
5550.
Oh, you know I have things. Guys, Shadow Raven Games D&D, the campaign should be, without any further delays, be starting at the end of this month. So please definitely stick around, drop a follow. It's going to be amazing. Backstories are super in depth, and all the characters are really well thought out. And my story that I have planned, I am so fucking excited. I can barely contain myself and frustrated that we keep hitting delays. The person that's doing all of our player character art is Alien X Town. She's the little blue tiefling art over the top right hand corner. She did that, as well as she did the art of Pandora in the bottom left hand corner. She did a wonderful job on each. And so far, with the rough sketches of the current player characters for the upcoming campaign, they're amazing. She's so good. Drop by her Instagram, Alien X Town. Check her out. She's awesome. And the games will be taking place on Saturday from, I have to think about this for a second, 2 p.m. MST to 6 p.m. MST. Yes. So please stick around for that. And also stick around for our run through of Baldur's Gate 3. We're having a lot of fun with it so far, even considering the bugs.
All of the crashes.
All the crashes.
Early access.
Yeah. Also,
Alright.
pro tip: if your game crashes when you save because it can't overwrite a save, set your Steam up to boot in admin mode and the game, the exe file for both Steam and Baldur's Gate 3, and to boot from admin mode, and that bypasses the save issue.
That's a great shout out, Raven.
Nice.
But it's a major issue where people have been having trouble finding out how to fix that, and
Also, my lovely DM, who is DMing for us today, he's awesome. He streams on twitch.tv/hiphophokage DM. Please go check him out and also drop a follow. He runs a lot more games right now and a lot of great content, and streams video games pretty often too, so he's pretty sweet. I highly recommend you follow him as well.
No shucks.
Nice. Somebody posted in chat for me. Or they're not allowed to because Nightbot's bully.
Oh,
Okay. Night, I'm getting rid of Nightbot. Nightbot's a bully.
This is like a try-hard bouncer you have in your chat. Just
Yeah.
Well, like you said, I am Hip Hop Okage, DM for the evening. I hope everyone enjoyed this battle and very well thought out plan and great maneuvers amongst the players tonight, and making sure that these rocks and their nest was dealt with quite, I would say, very rapidly. I don't even think we exceeded really 3 rounds of actual combat, like where things were in motion. But nonetheless,
Wow.
very well thought out. You guys did earn a shitload of experience, by the way. Just so everyone is aware, you guys will have earned a total of 3,750 experience
Yeah.
apiece, putting each of you at the grand total of 62,815.
We are getting close to level 10.
just over 1,000 experience needed for level 10.
So
you're almost
62,000
there.
what?
I have a
815.
62,815 in total.
Nice. So close.
Oh, that is satisfying. Whoever says that like milestone is more satisfying, nah, dude. I like seeing that bar go up. There's a nice little dopamine dump that comes from that. Not gonna lie.
Well, personally, I do like experience, but I include milestone experience as well. But I enjoy like watching the climb
It's-
versus
that-
just like
that's
it
how I
feeling
do mine, too.
randomly. But nonetheless, I hope everyone enjoyed the story tonight. I am live on Tuesdays, 8 to 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and pretty much through the entire week, Tuesday through Saturday, and sometimes Sunday. But I think it's time to get ready for some more Baldur's Gate 3. So
Hell
I
yeah.
appreciate everyone stopping by. Hope everyone
Thank
had
you,
fun.
everybody, for the raids and the follows. That's so amazing. Thank you so much.
See you all shortly.
Yeah, thank you guys. Thank you.
see ya.
Good game, everybody. Great plan. Very well
Good
executed.
game.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
See y'all
fun.
next week.
Bye.
6 attacks. Bye.
Later.